Welcome back to Balancing Acts. Today, it's an interesting day. I have Kesten with me today. We've known each other for so long, and I know I keep saying that about a lot of people, but Kesten, we have a lot of stories together. And I knew you first as a director, but there's more to this. As a cinematographer, camera operator, I think when we met, you were running an agency. You were part of an agency.
Do you remember how we met? I remember meeting you for the first. You don't remember meeting me for the first time?
Remind me.
We were on a set of Molly Lynch's weird short film in the Rose Garden, and I think I just left Pixar. I was at Pixar for 6 years, and I just left, and I was like figuring out the whole like filming scene. I knew I wanted to work in production, and Molly and I had known each other since like 1999, and so she was doing the short film, and she called me to like PA on it, and you were there.
I remember that.
Justin Donay was there.
Yes.
And I don't remember what you were doing. Maybe you were just. I think Justin was filming. You were maybe lighting or something.
I think I was assisting. I think I was camera assist or something.
Yeah.
Probably helping with lighting or whatever they needed.
So from that one shoot, I met like everybody that I worked with for like the next 10 years, and still today, because then I got a couple names from here, and then they gave me some names, and I still talk to Justin. I've worked with Justin once, but when he was in town. But you know Justin?
I remember Justin.
Yeah.
I remember Justin. He moved to where? LA?
He moved. He was in LA, and then he was in Portland. Now he's in Arizona. But
okay. Yeah, we didn't stay tight in touch, but I do remember Justin.
But that's how we met. Yeah, and I didn't know anything. I was holding a bounce, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I see the light on that. Oh yeah, I see it. I see the fill now on that person. All right, cool." It was very exciting for me.
That was. I remember now. The Rose Garden all the way at the top.
I don't know how the film came out. Don't ask me.
Me either.
Okay.
But it was a good moment for all of us to meet.
It was awesome.
And connect.
It was fun.
And then from there, we started work. You'd call me to help you on sets.
Yeah. I would get these jobs, and I like kind of pretended like I knew what I was doing, but I didn't really know what I was doing. So I'd call in the big guns, call in like Roy. I was like, "Help me! I need some help."
No, it was some good days. But you were there was you and your wife ran an agency, or your wife
she runs a.
Because I came to your office multiple times.
That's right. It was
dropping off media and downloading media.
So she still has a public relations agency, and when I first started filming, I got a lot of clients through her clients, because it was 2000, I guess it was like 2008, 2009, 2010, around then.
Yes.
And it was like, I think YouTube was just sold to Google, and I think Facebook was just starting to come up. So people wanted video. Like video was top priority for marketing and whatever, just getting their message out there, brand videos, all that stuff. So, and then the 5D was, 5D revolution was happening, and I just started like my career at the perfect time, I think.
Yes.
And I wasn't 18, I was a little bit older, so people kind of thought like, oh, this guy knows what he's doing. I just pretended like I did, and then, when I bring Roy on set, like, then we make the magic happen. That was great. Now, you taught me a lot about lighting and about filming and about camera angles and setting up interviews. It was great.
No, I did enjoy it. I enjoyed working together. And I think it was a good collaboration, because you brought experience where you understood the vision, or like you take on the vision and understood, okay, this is how the final product would be. Mm-hmm. And also you had experience in posts, because you were doing the post-production in it.
Yeah.
And I always love that collaboration, especially on a director, like working on the idea that this is what I need, this is how it's going to end up, this is the product. So as much as we were there was a learning curve of it, there was also the fun of knowing what the product is going to be. So there was a lot of room to play.
And I think back in the day, it was like you kind of had to do everything.
Yes.
At least I felt like I needed to do everything. I didn't really know many people. So like we would shoot, I would kind of direct and shoot with you.
Yes.
And then I would edit everything, and I would take like the client's vision, or I could make it my vision and just do these short little videos. Blue Homes was one of our clients that
Yeah,
you came
that-
on some of the shoots. It
I
was like
have
prefab
memories of
modern
that.
architecture homes
I
that they,
remember that.
yeah. So that was fun. And it was really fun, like figuring out editing too. When I was at Pixar, I took a lot of film classes. That was like my film school. I was there from 2002 to 2008, and they had Pixar University. So I took a lot of classes in editing, on Final Cut. They had like, a couple hour classes
Yeah.
sometimes at lunch on like shot composition, or like the guy who actually developed Final Cut. I can't remember his name, but he came in and did a little like short film lesson with us. Like we shot the short film and we edited it in like 3 hours, I think.
Wow.
So, and everyone had a role on set just to kind of mock a film set kind of. And then, yeah.
And this was at Pixar?
This was at Pixar, yeah.
That's
And that
amazing
took
that they
longer.
had those opportunities
Yeah.
to learn.
It was really cool. And then when I left Pixar, I didn't really know I was going to get into filming. So I got into, I was doing like social media consulting.
Okay.
But I left Pixar and I took some of the skills I had learned at Pixar, and I just had like, because I like working at Pixar, but it wasn't like the job wasn't suited for me. It was like,
Because I was going to ask you, why did you leave Pixar?
I was in production management, and I'm not really a manager.
Okay.
Per se. But I loved working there. I loved everybody I worked with. But I left and I had like a burst of creativity, and I started doing these like, I had a blog and I had like music trivia and people that would get my music trivia right, that would win the trivia. I would write a song, I would record the song, I would make a music video, all about them, because they usually were just my friends. I think I did like 5 or 6 of them.
Yeah.
And but I did that all within 4 or 5 hours. I think 4 hours was like my limit, but I went over a little bit.
Okay.
So that was like kind of going back to the days at Pixar when I was taking those film classes, and we did like everything really fast. But I think that's where you get like the best creativity, when you're just doing it really fast. Even though I've never done that 48-hour film festival or whatever, San Francisco.
Me either.
Have you done? You've never done that?
No, I've never done it. I've had opportunities to do it, but but it makes sense.
But it's
you're forced to. You have a time limit.
Yeah.
So you have to kind of work.
Yeah.
And know that I don't have any extra time to to dilly-dally or wait for creativity to come at me.
Right.
No, this is it.
And I did it on a flip camera. Remember those things? They were like they were like this big.
Yep.
Yeah. And they were like SD, and then they were like 480 by 640 by 480 or something. I can't remember. And then they came out with the HD one, which was like 1080p. It's kind of amazing. And I still have it. I just turned it on yesterday.
Really?
I found it. Yeah.
What were you testing? Are you going
No,
back
I
to
just
that now?
found it in the bottom of a drawer, and I was like pulled it out, and I thought it was fun. And I put some new batteries in it, and I took a
it
video
worked.
of Anton, my son, playing guitar.
Yeah.
He's 20 now, and I looked at the last video I took, and he was like 6.
Whoa.
So yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, and it worked. It was great. It's gonna be a fun like dad cam, to put in my pocket and take.
Put it in your
with me.
pocket and bring it back.
Right. So anyway, yeah, that's kind of the start.
That's the start.
That's the start. Yeah.
And
And I realized I really liked filming. I was doing social media consulting, and then, but part of that was like, I was doing the strategy and the tactics for companies for their, because it was 2008, right? So Facebook, they're like, we need a Facebook page, we need a Twitter account.
Yeah.
So I was helping with that, and I was like filming some videos for them too. Literally on my little flip camera, I would do like social media videos, and then I got the 5D, and then I got the 7D actually, and then I started doing like getting more involved in video and getting really sucked in. I hated social media actually. It was like such a pain in the ass to run a campaign for somebody and do the strategy. It was like 24 hours. Like someone commented, you had to be on there and like do damage control.
Because at that time, everyone is trying to figure out how this machine works. Right?
Yeah. But filming was way more fun.
That's true.
Yeah,
That's
and
true.
I can really control it.
No, and you mentioned it, like one of the best projects that I still remember was Blue Homes.
Mm-hmm.
I think they
went out of business.
went
They
out of
burned through their
business.
capital pretty quick. So I mean, not pretty quick, but we had a good, or at least
We
I had a
good run.
good. I
We
had
had a
like
good
4
travel.
4 or 5 year run. Yeah.
Yeah, some good travel jobs that we had.
At
From
the
that.
house up in Washington, in like this community on the coast.
I still remember that
Remember that?
community. I would love to visit that again.
Bright, or
actually.
not Seabright, see something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the mayor and everything is like just They had the whole ecosystem just there.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. They created this like really interesting community with cool architecture and great urban planning on this part of the coast in Washington State that was totally depressed, and like you drive like 10 minutes away. Did we go to like the bar or something?
We did.
It's just like
We did.
like, whoa, we're in a different
We're in a
world
different
right now.
place.
Yeah.
And then you drive into this community, you're like, they're living
Yeah.
a whole other world,
Yeah.
life and world
Right.
that they exist in.
Yeah, it was weird.
That was weird.
That was fun.
I've always been curious about that, but
We did other stuff locally too, right? Blue Homes.
we did,
Yeah.
we did. But it was
Yeah.
good to see, like, all the products and everything. And it was something totally new.
Yeah.
There wasn't a lot of like information about that. So being part of just capturing this and hearing those stories, now it's like a lot of companies now are into, all the homes and building them prefab
Yeah.
in factories. Now it's like a big thing.
Yeah, and people are making it seem like it hasn't been done before.
Yeah.
But it's
Yeah,
like
that's
Blue
the
Homes
crazy
was
part.
like, yeah.
I know.
Like, you haven't seen my videos? Come
it's
on.
like-
You know it's been done before.
It's been done before,
I know.
Sometimes I guess those are the it can be an advantage and a disadvantage, right? Like you're way ahead of your time.
Mm-hmm. Right. I think they just, yeah. Anyway, I don't know
But
what happened.
that was cool.
I found
and-
out after I left Pixar, obviously, and I filmed a bunch for Blue Homes. The owner didn't tell me, but he went to Pixar to do a little talk on the architecture, because they always brought people in,
Yes.
and then they would screen film. They would bring famous directors in and
Yes,
DPs,
yes,
and then they
yes.
like screen movies. And they brought him in, and he showed a bunch of my videos that I shot in the
Really?
big theater at Pixar. I didn't even know about it. I thought that was kind
A
of fun.
whole full circle.
Yeah, I know.
You did
Not
the
quite
work
not
from
quite
there.
a feature film, but it was like
No, it was a cool.
kind of
They're cool,
And
fun
then,
videos.
That was like 12 years ago, so I
Yeah.
was like, I'd only been in the business for a few years, so I thought that was pretty cool.
And like one thing I liked about those is, having done tech, and a lot of the work that we were doing was mostly tech videos.
Mm-hmm.
This was a way of like a creative outlet. You know what I mean? Because we were
Yeah.
outside, we were doing sunsets, sunrises,
Mm-hmm.
long exposures. Like it was more of a experimentation, but also documenting at the
Right.
same time.
And it was fun trying to figure out all that stuff too,
It was.
because
yeah.
I didn't know. I don't know if you knew how to do the long exposures and
I-
the time lapse.
I
And all
know
that
sometimes
stuff, but
you'd ask and
Yeah.
you're like, I think that's why probably you brought me on, huh?
yeah,
You're like, Roy,
yeah,
you're going to be on the other side with a slider during sunrise
yeah,
and watching the slider just getting it was fun.
yeah.
It was fun. I'd done it and, but this was like a good opportunity to kind of
Mhm.
play.
But interviews, like you taught me some good stuff with lighting interviews. I remember.
I appreciate it.
Yeah,
I appreciate that. And to where we are now.
yeah.
So
I know.
I've been seeing your journey. At that time, I think you're still in food, right? You're still
Yeah, I was
working-
doing a lot of wine. I still am doing a lot of food.
Mhm.
Was I doing a lot of food? I was doing
wine.
like-
Wine was mostly that,
yeah.
right?
That was like one of my first clients up in Napa Valley. I was doing Joel Gott wines. And I
Yes,
still
yes,
work with
yes.
Joel. And
So most of your clients, you've retained them for.
Joel's my oldest client, I think. Yeah, 2009, I think. Yeah.
To our audience
2009.
listening and to anyone who is trying to understand that, how do you manage that? That you have a client that you've retained this long. What kind of relationship is that, and how do you, what's your take on that? Like,
Just don't be an asshole. Just do good work.
simple
No.
answer. Right
I
there.
think that it's all personality too, and I have a growth mindset constantly. So I'm not like making the same content I was making, in 2010. So mainly for Joel, I've done like 3 bio videos for him, like kind of brand videos, but it's about Joel and his company. But mainly what I do for Joel is all his wine release videos, like he's got a 2018 Sauvignon Blanc, he'll talk about it for a minute, and I'll cut together a bunch of B-roll, and it'll get pushed out to their website, to their consumers, to the sales team. So I've done a couple hundred of those over the years. So, and I just like, they're easy videos to do, but they're fun to figure out how to make them as beautiful as possible, and
Yeah.
how to not make them stale. Like kind of also looking at the trends and, seeing what people are doing for wine videos and saying, I don't want to do that. That's so cheesy, or
Yes, that's true.
and like just taking other brands that are totally different than wine and kind of translating that to the wine industry. Because the wine industry is very, all the videos and content, I think, and the people in the wine industry are kind of insular, and I feel like there's kind of some branding problems sometimes.
That's true.
And it can feel like too elite, too cheesy, too like, yeah. So I try to break out of that.
Make it the regular person or someone connect with the brand.
Yeah, and I don't know if I consciously have done that over the years, but I think it's just like wanting to try something different and wanting to do something new, and that, like, going back to like not having gone to film school or not really having come up through the traditional like camera department,
Yes.
or worked my way up from a PA. I was a PA though in New York City when I first started out, but I didn't realize I wanted to get into film.
Okay.
And then I worked locations in San Francisco.
Oh.
And then I got corporate jobs. But yeah. But I think like once I started filming, I just had to watch so many videos and just get this knowledge, that implicit learning, is that what it's called? I think it's like when you just soak in so much, like tacit knowledge.
Yes.
When you just watch, and you soak it in, and then you go out and you do it, and you don't really think about exactly what you're doing. You're just like, oh, that looks good. I like that. I want to make that.
Taking the risk of like.
Yeah, different
like
different
that.
angles,
Looks
different lenses, different handhelds or gimbals, or just something that looks really interesting and is going to cut together well and is going to tell a story really well together. And a lot of times I don't go out and I storyboard these short little videos, but I have it in the back of my head somewhere subconsciously that this looks dope. I want to make it look like this.
How do you manage that of can use Joel or any other old client of convincing them, because there is the safety, right? Of you've done this for me, these videos work.
Yeah.
But as a creative, you're like, we need to advance and we need to shift, right? Or we're going to be stuck here.
Right.
But how do you move them away from the safety to the uncomfortable? Even though we all don't know, but
right.
You want to experiment at the same time.
Well, I haven't really done that, to be honest with you. I've done a little bit with the style of videos that I make, but they're still in that like the safety mode. Like it's kind of the same formula.
Okay.
We've tried to break out of the formula, and I've done it for other wine clients. Like with my, I've pitched certain things. I'm like, this is what I think we should do.
Yes.
And my newer wine clients have like done that stuff, but for Joel it's kind of, it works, and they're just gonna
keep the system clean.
Yeah, with
So
the
you're
format
able
for
to
the videos,
experiment
but for the look of the video, that's where I can like switch it up and use different lenses, cameras, different styles, and yeah. But for overall message and format, it's kind of
the same.
Kind of the same. Yeah.
There's so many ways you can tell it,
right? But I do. I mean, I have pitched. Every once in a while, I pitch new ideas, and and we get a little sometimes they like it, sometimes they do it, sometimes they don't.
They're like, let's stick to the other one.
Yeah,
it works.
Well, I remember when I first started filming, and I was doing like social media and filming, I was trying to really convince clients. Like one of my clients was this company called Pro Bar. They make energy bars, and I was trying to convince them to serve as a resource and don't just pitch your bars or do videos about your bars. Like, do cool stuff that's in the same tangent as your bar. People are outdoorsy. People eat your bars. They ride bikes. They snowboard. I don't know. They just work out.
That's true.
So do it. And you got people in your office who know how to fix bikes. So do like a bike fixing video or something. But or a how-to video.
Yeah.
And
then you
they
buy a bar.
They didn't really do them. But I did them as a test to see if I could get a lot of views.
Okay.
And so I did like I unlocked one of those kryptonite locks with a big pen. That was like a thing you could do. They were like U-locks, but it had a little circular thing in there. So you popped the back off a Bic pen, you jammed it in there, and you wiggled it, and it would unlock.
Okay.
And I got like 1 million views on it. I was like, you just got to do something viral like that. So I was really trying to get them to go viral, but they didn't really. So
they didn't see it.
No, people don't listen to me all the time, but sometimes they do. Yeah. Yeah.
That's what would be today. As we progress on that, like we are on the wine world right now, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember. Sometimes you used to have me go do. I think it was Sutter Wines.
It was Trinchero.
Sugar.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think
we
you
did.
sent me a couple
They
times
they
out
own
there.
probably like 100 different brands, but yeah, we did. I think we did Trinchero. Like it was one of their
Harvest
big
or
videos.
something.
Yeah, you went and did
We
Harvest.
did
It's part
some
of like
Harvest on the-
a bigger story video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um.
I wrapped it into like a documentary on the family.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is your style documentary driven mostly? Do you enjoy documentaries or you do just what comes your way?
Yeah, no, it's all like, I mean, documentaries are the base of it. You know, it's like doc style. Everyone's shooting like doc style stuff, but it's like doc style storytelling, making a brand video. And now I've gotten more into commercials, but
Yes.
for years it was kind of like the doc style storytelling where you go and you interview a bunch of family members and you build together a really nice story. And I got working at Pixar. I worked in the story department, so on Ratatouille. So I really got an appreciation for story, and I kind of, I don't want to say I figured out how story worked, but I kind of understood how they approached story. And at Pixar, story is king. That's what they say.
That's true.
And so I kind of learned about, not just the beginning, middle, and end of a story, but like a 5-beat story structure. You have your intro, you have your inciting instant, your rising action, your main event, and your resolution. And so I try to wrap all of that into all of the videos that I'm kind of directing and shooting. And it can be a 10-second video. It can be, a 10-minute video.
Yeah.
But if you kind of, and if you kind of develop the characters as you go along, and like in the beginning, the characters change over time, the typical story stuff. But
Yeah.
a lot of people, when they're first starting out, they don't really think about that. They go shoot someone and they shoot this and B-roll and they cut the interview and the B-roll together, and then you're watching not even a minute video and you're already asleep at like 15 seconds. You're like,
Like, what is the
yeah.
story?
And now, like, attention span, your social media, you're flipping through. Like, I'm an avid TikTok user, so I'm
You are?
I'm flipping. Yeah, if there's not something interesting, I'm flipping in a second. But I think people really kind of latched on to, you got to hook people in the beginning. But that's what I always wanted to do, like hook people in the beginning. So
You're already making TikTok videos at your beginning, right?
yeah, I like making TikTok videos. I thought I saw some video that this woman did, and it was kind of like a mini doc style video, like about her dead dog, but it was so artistic and very cool. She worked in I can't remember what it was. She worked in some factory, and she was like, come with me while I work in the factory. And then you don't know what the video's about. Then you see like little images of her dog, and she's talking about, I'm like, that's a freaking great format.
You got me in already.
Yeah, it sucked me in. And then there was another woman who talked about like her experience and like traveling in China. And then and I did one. I was in Korea, and I stopped at I was filming, but I stopped at like a roadside restaurant on the way down south to see the monk that we were filming. And I just was shooting on my iPhone, just a bunch of stuff, and this guy comes up to me with in the parking lot with like a handful of red berries that totally they look like raspberries, but they're like, I don't know what those are.
Wild fruits.
He's
or whatever.
like, I don't know what he's saying, but he's like, obviously, he's like, take one.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, I eat one.
You actually ate it?
Yeah, I ate it.
Okay.
I ate it. And
Let's take it right there.
I was like, that's pretty good. And he's like, hold out your hands, and he gave me the thing. And then he's like, come follow me. And I was like, okay, I don't know what. And then he showed me like this. There was like a kind of a hanger almost, one of those hoop, like where you grow vegetables over, but it was like super huge and it had tons of antiques in there. And we were walking through there, and he had there was like one shelf with maybe 20 different lenses, and I was like, whoa, those are so cool. But they were like old Korean, and there was like old looms, there was old like typewriters and police helmets and everything. Turns out he was the owner of the restaurant.
Okay.
But then he took us upstairs and had this amazing like record player console thing. And then he took us in his office upstairs. He had these huge like vats of like ginseng with lights coming. Lights coming up from underneath. And so I just made like a TikTok video about that. And it was really satisfying, kind of doing mini storytelling on my iPhone.
Yeah.
And cutting it together. And I just did like a narrative underneath it, like the next morning in my hotel room.
Okay.
And
you edited it on your phone, or you
I
put
edited
it on
I
your
dumped
Premiere?
it into Premiere, and I edited it in Premiere, and I cut it. Yeah, but it got like I don't know, a couple 100,000 views or something. And
Here's
Yeah.
when I was listening to your story, and I
Yeah.
thought that was where you were going. In a way, he actually did what we do with social media right now. The berries were what drew you in, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
He got your attention. He got you hooked.
He hooked
You
me.
tasted it, and now you're along for the journey,
Right.
right? Because you've committed
And
to what's coming.
and it's just eat the fucking raspberries.
Yeah,
That's the thing. It's
that's
like just
it.
say yes, you know. And so that's
It's
like
how
the
do I get?
whole
Because if he told you, "Hey,
Right.
I got an antique shop here and a
Yeah.
restaurant," you would not have gone in.
No, I was like, oh, that's nice. I would be like, that's nice. But the fact
That's
that he
nice.
didn't speak English
He
too,
didn't.
it was like
Hey, those berries.
you
got
kind of just have to say yes sometimes in life. You know,
That's
what I mean?
true. That's true.
I've been trying that the last couple of years. It's worked
Okay.
out.
Right.
Sometimes not when the budgets are very high, but I say no. But
You say,
I mostly say yes to
okay.
things.
Do
To
you
things
still
in
have
life.
the Otis lenses?
I still have the Otis lenses.
Okay.
Yeah.
We can swap those for whatever lenses I have since we're saying yes to things.
Okay.
now.
We're gonna swap them. Don't use those anymore. Is that what you're telling me?
I love
Okay.
those lenses. though.
Yeah.
I love those lenses.
I like them too. I'm really tired of them though, but
You've shot everything
they
with
look
it.
pretty clean. Yeah, I haven't really used them much lately. I used the Canon FD lenses. I bought a set a few years ago.
Okay.
I didn't get them rehoused, but I bought them mainly for gimbal work because I rented a set of zero optic lenses from Chater that have been rehoused FD lenses.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I fell in love with them.
You built a whole set?
Yeah, I built a whole set. It took me about 6 months to get
A full set.
a full set.
Did you... You're shooting on Red. Are you shooting on
Yeah.
Nikon, Canon mounts?
I put an RF mount. There's FD to RF mount. It's just like
So straight up.
$30 for the they
Okay.
work. They work fine.
That's pretty good.
Yeah,
That's good to know.
yeah, but got the the prices have come down a lot lately. For those you watching, you can get deals on FD lenses now. But
Okay.
yeah,
Until
I
now,
pay-
you said it. Everyone is
I
gonna go
know.
flock to it.
No, yeah, but there's so many FD lenses out there that
Yes.
if you want to get a little nerdy about it, that you really have to know.
I think I have like one or two. I'm not-
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they're the SSC spherical, like 55 millimeter f1.2 and the 85 f1.2, same thing. And then there's a 24. That's
Do you shoot wide open?
sometimes I do, yeah, yeah. It looks cool if I want to get that like
The
effect.
bokeh is just like...
I mean, I filmed like the end shot of this wine commercial wide open on one of them, and then I realized I shouldn't have done that. It was just too much.
How much?
You can't really see. It
How
was
much
like-
was in focus?
It was too much bokeh. I mean, it was fine. I love interviews wide open because it looks really cool. I mean, it's hard to.
You had to
The
retain
face isn't
the
going to be like
face,
super sharp, but
one eye, depending on the angle of view.
yeah. Usually I do it when people are looking at camera, so it's like then
Yeah,
yeah,
you have a straight
yeah,
plane of everything, all the objects in line.
yeah. But
So with that, like using, because I'm sure you had your camera, but using your iPhone to tell stories, and where did you let that live? Was that on TikTok?
TikTok, Instagram, that's it.
So with the medium that we're looking at right now, how do you see that's changing how we tell our stories or how we craft or package our stories now?
I think I would like to see more of that on TikTok. Like I don't come across those little mini vignettes, those little documentary things on TikTok as much. I did a little bit. I thought it was like a new trend, and I wanted to like start that trend, but I did like 3 or 4 of them, but it takes a lot of time actually. And it was like, a lot of time. This goes back to like when I first left Pixar and I had this creative burst and I was doing the music video things.
Yeah.
It's like I do it when I want to do it, and
Yeah.
then when I don't feel like doing it, it's hard to do it, and it's not going to be as good. So it's like it's kind of these things are kind of spur of the moment. But where I think it's going, I don't know. Are you on TikTok or Instagram?
I'm on
Reels a lot?
Instagram and
Yeah,
TikTok, and I'm the same. Like I
Yeah.
like the stories.
I don't think they're going. I mean, I don't know. Do you come across like really cool storytelling? I don't as much as I
Very
did, like,
few.
yeah.
They're very few. And weird part is like some of them are like Asian based, and those are like lesson based. Like
Yeah.
maybe
Oh,
a
yeah.
little longer, but yeah, it's rare that and maybe since I'm not on TikTok that long, my
Yeah.
algorithm is not that
Right.
good. It's like
You got to train
horrible
your
content that
You got to train it.
I know I gotta
Yeah.
spend time in it.
Yeah,
and
maybe if I like, actively look for some of those storytelling videos, I'll find them.
But there's been a good trend with like a lot of brands, and that I've been curious about that. Like a lot of brands using, like Instagram. There's one about I think a cafe in Brooklyn.
Oh,
like
a coffee shop in
a
Brooklyn?
coffee
That one?
shop
Yeah.
in Brooklyn.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, those are
You
little
know,
narratives. Yeah.
the little narratives.
Yeah.
I think those are brilliant for social,
Mm-hmm.
right? And it's what we do. If the stories are there, I think you can retain your people. And
Right.
now I see they're doing cameos and stuff like that,
Yeah.
right?
No, that one's big. I can't remember what it's called, but
But I'm curious to. It doesn't. I don't know if it inspires me to go to the coffee shop. I don't think it makes like
no, but it's
my
just fun to
question.
watch.
It's
Yeah.
fun to
Yeah.
watch, but what's next?
That's a real coffee shop. Is
I
it?
don't know. I'm assuming so. It's like,
I thought it was, but I don't know if it is. Yeah.
because the question
Yeah.
is,
You're
or
asking.
maybe they're growing the audience.
Yeah.
You know, because the reason why there has to be intent, right?
Yeah.
Like with product, like
Mhm.
let's say a wine video that you do. What is the intent? You want people to know about the wine and go buy the wine,
Right.
right? For those vignettes, like, you know, at the end of the day, it's like, what is a call to action? Like,
Right.
what do you want the person who's seen this video, what do you want them to do next? You know, those ones that kind of get you into that mindset and you already know what the next step is.
Yeah.
I got to have that, or I need to go to this place.
Right.
Then that's a win, right?
Yeah. It's interesting. I mean, the marketing and the branding behind it. I get a lot of videos that come up that are about that are very cool branding videos, and you don't realize it, but I'm into that sort of marketing and branding side of things. I'm
yeah.
like, I don't do it, but I like the science behind it and what makes something viral. I'm still curious about that. You know, that's how I started out. What makes something viral? What makes something that people want to watch? And so when I see those videos on TikTok or Instagram or even YouTube Shorts, then
do you relate virality with interest to intent to buy, or going viral is just?
it's not. I don't think going viral is a thing anymore. I think it's just like you can get 1 million views on a video, and it's like that doesn't mean anything anymore.
No,
It's just like you're just thrown in the algorithm somehow, and you. Yeah.
You can sit down holding a cat, and somehow that day it triggers everyone to be like,
I know.
this is the coolest video ever.
I know.
And you're like, why? But
so I don't put much weight into those. I mean, I do like watching a lot of the filmmaker stuff that comes up on the TikTok things. There's like a lot of film school ones. There's this one guy that's he just got on TikTok maybe a few months ago, but he's like a film professor, I think.
Oh wow.
And he's like, slow down and watch this clip with me, and then he'll play like clip of a famous film or something maybe that you haven't seen,
Then
and
break it down.
he'll just break it down like in a minute and a half, and it's amazing. I love it. Yeah.
No,
that's in my algorithm.
That's educational.
Yeah.
Is there any brand that you think is doing it right since you're TikTok,
Oh, any brand?
or even TikTok
no.
or Instagram that you're like they're doing something?
No, I don't think so. I don't think. Yeah, I don't like. No, I don't think so. Yeah, some clothing brands maybe. I can't think of any particular one. I don't notice this stuff. I mean, yeah, cameras, lenses. I don't know.
Cameras and lenses are basic.
Yeah.
It's like
I
we're
always
just
get.
showing what we got
Yeah.
and what we're. But I think
know.
we live in a better time where, you know, like what you said is like, you know, you and I at the beginning partnering, and of course, you know, my journey was like I tried to learn everything from from camera assist, camera op to working my way, and then
Yeah.
you know,
Where'd you start, by the way? Can I ask you?
internships in Oakland.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was intern, worked my way, just looking for mentors.
Production companies or like short
Production-
films? What were you doing?
A lot of production companies,
Uh-huh.
and then just surrounding myself with people who know more than I do,
Yep.
and that kind of helped, right?
You knew you wanted to be a DP or
I knew I
camera
wanted
department?
to.
Yeah.
Camera department
Yeah.
was all, right? And then the lighting was at that time things were small, so you had to understand both worlds,
Mhm.
right? So on set, you still ask the questions about the lighting, how does that work, and you find yourself in situations where you have to light it.
Yeah.
And I'm a big techie, so I love technology,
Mhm.
right? So I'm always trying to figure out how does this work.
We were on the plane, and you had your little piece of paper or something, and you had a lighting diagram you were like sketching out for a shoot you were going to do when we got back.
I know, yeah.
I was like, oh, that's dope. You can do that. You
could-
just write
hey,
where you
it's
want to
like-
put the lights. And
But
I
now,
figured out your
that was
lighting
from
plan.
like the
Yeah.
reading and the learning. You're like,
Yeah.
I want to be able to do this.
Right.
But that was also coming from like being on bigger sets than I'd
Mhm.
ever been on. And you talk
Yeah.
to the DPs or the lighting people. and they knew exactly where they wanted to set up. And
Right.
you start doing it, and you realize, okay, you can actually pre-plan. At that time we're young, excited to all this, what's coming,
Mm-hmm.
and be able to do that. But the advantage is now, like what you and I had to do, you can also get it online, right?
Yeah.
Like the access to the most of these people who are doing it differently or experimenting with stuff, you just go on Instagram or TikTok. You'll be
Right.
able to find a lot of information, like the professor that you're talking
Mhm.
about. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Before you'd have to take his class
The
just
thing-
to get what he knows.
I find like there's a lot of that, but a lot of like 95% of it is like people who are just like targeting the audience who's just starting to film, and doesn't know really that much about cameras or lighting setups. I mean, sometimes there's
beginner
some cool
classes
stuff.
kind
I
of.
mean, I still watch those things that come up and I'm like interested in them. And sometimes there's some little tidbits of knowledge. I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool,
Yeah.
Like this guy was doing different, same space, 3 different lighting setups. He did like one that was like nighttime, one that was day, and like, and we've all done that. You
Yeah.
have to flip the world. You have to
Yeah.
do another interview.
Oh, yeah.
But the way he did it was kind of cool. Like, and I was like, oh, that's really interesting.
That's smart.
Yeah, that's smart.
He's sharing the tools
Yeah.
that he has.
Yeah. Like
and-
Hurlbutt. I like Hurlbutt. I don't know. Did you
Hurl?
watch him? Shane Hurlbutt.
Oh, Shane Howard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
He's actually one of the pioneers, right?
Yeah.
Like he started
But-
doing really, really early.
Yeah. He started doing, I think after he got yelled at on set from Christian Bale. He started
You're
doing
right.
his,
You were
he started
right.
doing his tutorials.
He started doing tutorials. Yeah,
Okay,
that's
I gotta
exactly
change
true.
my image. Yeah. No.
No, he's. I
Yeah.
guess he's still. Yeah, I've watched his stuff.
Yeah.
And just as we are talking, what is your Instagram handle for people who want to go see? We're gonna put it at the bottom, but we want to make sure people can get that video.
It is Keston.tv. KESTEN.TV as in television. At
Awesome.
Keston. Keston Migdal. Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna we'll add it at the end, but just for anyone who's watching that, I was remembering this one that I actually watched. It is not informative, but it's just funny. It's like I think there are 4 Asian women. It looks like it's Vietnam or something. It's very rural, and I don't even think it's in English. Yeah, it's subtitled,
Yeah.
but they're always doing. So it's like one is older, and then I think 3. And it's all ladies. 3 are younger, and they're always doing the most. They'll engage on a task. It's like, oh, I need to move this log between these 2 doors.
Okay.
And each one of them will do, you'd expect them to do the logical thing, which is, okay, it's not going this way, right? Flip it this way.
Yeah.
None of them will do that.
Oh.
They will try and jam it. One of them will go get like an axe to try and cut it. You're like, you see the logic. But guess what? I'm glued into
Yeah.
this process, even though I know it's dumb,
Yeah.
but it's hilarious.
That's
It's
funny.
like just one of those, but it's well done and well filmed.
Uh-huh.
And that's the reason why I stay.
Oh, okay.
Right? Like
Yeah.
I watch it, I'm like,
Yeah.
what kind of dumb stuff are they gonna do this time? Or
Yeah.
who's gonna figure this out? But
That's funny.
just the style, like you can tell, there's a story arc to it,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what I think kind of piques my interest. Like I like it because the way it's developed, it's a really short
Yeah.
film, right? Like I just watched a short film,
Right.
and the environment is actually cool to see.
In
It's
like
not.
a minute or 2. Yeah.
It's a minute.
I mean, there's
yeah.
all the short.
It's on Instagram actually,
Right.
so it's very short.
Are you shooting narratives?
I haven't shot one. I'm ready to get back out there for
Yeah.
another one. My last one was a short actually,
Mm-hmm.
but this we're still in this year. We're still in 2025. But this year I didn't do a lot of them. Next year I'm hoping I'll do more narrative. I
Yeah.
do love the process.
It's a fun process. Yeah.
It's just.
Mhm.
What about you? Are you doing narrative?
I'm trying to learn more. Yeah.
Okay.
I've done a lot of scrappy narrative stuff.
Okay. Like scrappy narrative means.
Like barely any crew.
Okay.
Let's see. The first one I did, I went to Norway 2.5 years. It was like 2.5 years ago, and it's
Yeah.
still not edited yet.
Are you the
so-
one editing that?
I'm not editing it,
Okay,
but
okay.
no, my friend Spyro is. I don't know if you met Spyro. He might have
sounds
been on, he
familiar.
might have been on set with us.
Yeah, yeah.
Norwegian kid. He wrote it, he directed it, and we filmed in Oslo and then a couple hours away in the
Amazing.
mountains. It was really fun. it was in the summertime, so we had light. We filmed like all night long, and it was like everyone on set had never been on set before except for maybe one person, and so it was really there was
So
like
it was you.
it was me and Spyro, and then it was fun, but it was just like, oh my god, like let's go. Yeah. And I didn't speak Norwegian. It was all in Norwegian. I didn't speak Norwegian. So I knew the basic concept of the script, but when the actors were doing their thing, but it was like, a good lesson to figure out. And I guess, like it's director's job to do the blocking, but,
Yes.
I knew a little bit about blocking too. So we're working on the blocking. We're working on the camera angles, how we're going to tell this story in this shot. And then I've done a lot of other short films. In August, I went to the Adirondacks with a bunch of actors from the Actors Studio in New York City.
Okay.
My friend is a lifetime member of the Actors Studio in New York City.
Nice.
And they always do a retreat there every year and just kind of work out creative stuff. But this year they wanted to do some short films, so they wrote the short films. Okay. And I think we filmed like 5 in 4 days or something, 4 and 5 days. I don't know, maybe 4 and 4 days. I can't remember how many we did. Yeah, it was very cool, and it was like me and there was one other guy who kind of knew about production, and my friend is a director, so he knows. But the actors are mainly stage actors, so they wrote the scripts too. So they wrote kind of ambitious scripts. I'm like, how are we going to film these? But we did it. We like, yeah. It was fun. It was super. Yeah, I definitely want to do more narrative. So
that's kind of cool. Are those going to come out?
Yeah, they're going to come out. They just screened like a work in progress at the Actors Studio in New York.
Amazing.
And they'll come out.
Okay.
And then I really I wanted to do a lot of documentaries, and I realized it's hard shooting docs. It's hard shooting your own docs. I got really ambitious when I was younger, and I started a few documentaries, and I just couldn't finish them because I jumped in too quick, and the story wasn't really there, and I thought it sounded really cool, and then it wasn't. Like,
those are docs, right? Like the surface, it sounds interesting, and they start running the interviews. You're like, there's no meat here.
I know, and also, it's like you're also like, I'm a little ADHD, so you're chasing like the dopamine rush, so you get like, you're like, that sounds awesome, I want to do that.
Yeah.
And you do it, and you stick with it for like a couple years, and then it's a combination of things. It's like, there's not going to happen. There's nothing like, and now that documentary world is like, if you're not doing like a murder doc, or you can't sell your documentaries to, you're just gonna basically, if you're doing a documentary now, you're doing it for yourself or for serving other people,
or for whatever,
exactly,
passion.
Like, yeah. So
what you're saying, we gotta find some good murders to film.
Yeah, we gotta film some good murders.
Murders. Okay.
Yeah, murders that have already happened. You don't want to like instigate a murder.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you could. That'd be crazy. You might end up in jail, but
I was just documenting.
Yeah, you're just documenting. Yeah. You weren't encouraging anyone to kill anyone.
Put down the knife. To that, like moving from, how have you figured out the balance of like which docs or projects to take and which ones to say no? As a creative, because I know that's the hardest part, right?
Yeah.
Because everything sounds interesting.
Right. I don't get offered too many docs where I...
Or even just projects.
Projects, yeah. It's just mainly like expectations and budget, I think, for projects. A lot of people, not a lot of people, but sometimes people come to me and they want to make a video and they have no idea what video costs. And like, I'll get together with my producer friend and we'll throw them a budget, or I'll just give them a rough number up front and they'll just be like oh crap. No, but other people, they totally know they have a marketing budget, and so I guess I don't end up saying no to too many projects. A lot of times it's just not the right fit, or it's just not the right budget. But yeah,
is there how do you have a criteria of how you pick your projects?
Do I have a criteria of how I pick my projects?
Or like, is there like elements that you see? You're like, okay, this one is probably going to be.
I'm trying to think of projects that have like, do I want to take this project or not? There are certain projects that I can tell are going to be really messy.
Okay.
If a budget is just enough where they don't want to bring in a producer director, but they want to hire me, and they're like, I'm gonna, the client's like, I'm gonna direct it, or I have the vision. We're gonna ask the questions for the interview.
Yeah.
I used to say like, okay, well, we have this budget here and we have this budget here, and the lower budget is like if we don't have a director producer like helping you with the script and pre-production and working out the story. And if you're fine doing that, then then clients would be like, yeah, we're fine doing that. And then I realized I don't offer that anymore, because the clients that do that, they don't really understand filmmaking process or editing and the final product, and so it just gets to be a real mess. So you show up on set like there's no budget for pre-production days and so I've showed up on set before and I'm like, oh no, these questions are like, for this little doc style video we're trying to shoot, and this brand video, it's not going well. So it just becomes much more work in post. And so I try to say no to those things now where there's not enough budget for more creative and more pre-pro days and to really flesh things out.
What's the language to say no to some of that?
I just say no.
Just like
say no.
No, I can't commit.
I do this. Japan, you do
Japan,
this. This is a little no.
Yeah.
This is like a bigger no.
So is it a
And this
little
is like
or
a
big?
big no.
It's like
I do like
just
I do this.
go.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, not for me.
Yeah. No,
And do you give a
not for me.
reason why, or you just like no?
No, I mean, I'll usually say I can't do it for that budget. Yeah.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
polite way.
Yeah, I guess so. I'm trying to think of a specific example.
And a lot of this is based on experience, right? Like
yeah. Well, I used to take anything, and I mean, rates were nothing when I had my 7D. I remember.
You're
yeah.
like you're just excited to be out.
Yeah, exactly. I was just excited, and I would do it all myself. I just go with
Yeah.
my camera and my one light and
Yeah.
maybe an assistant. And we just go shoot something, and it was fun. It was like, yeah, we can make something somewhat interesting.
Yeah.
But I don't want to do that anymore. You want to make, you got to keep growing and making better content. And yeah, so it's been great though. This year has been amazing. I've been working with a really great producer, director friend of mine, and we've together kind of, pitched a lot of projects and ideas. And, you feel like there's a series of years where you're just making your day rate, whatever that is. And then you're getting paid your rate, and you're not getting paid your value.
Yes.
So I feel in the last couple of years, I'm more getting paid for my value. Of course, I still go out and do a lot of day rate work because it's fun and easy, but managing a project where you're more like a virtual production company, and it's just, interfacing with the client directly through the whole process, and we're like from pre-production to post, all the way through color and everything. And it's also way more fun. I don't have to hand off my footage and then see it get butchered and like no color correction or color grading, and the edit's bad. So we have full control of everything, and we're happy in the end. Happy from the beginning to the end, and the client's usually much happier too because they don't have to deal with a lot of different entities along the way. So that's the progression. I think that's.
So tell me a little bit more about that, because that's a question that's going to come up of being paid your value.
Yeah.
Right. Than just being paid your day rate.
Yeah.
Like, was there a moment where you looked at it and you're like, okay, now I need to start evaluating and seeing what, or to you, that's my first question. And the next one is going to be what is value to you? Like, what do you see as your value to a project? Because you had to kind of identify what that is, right? And now to start seeing what the returns are for that.
So I think it's putting that intent out there in the universe, not to get too woo-woo, but, you constantly thinking, what do I want to do next in my career? Or how do I want to grow? What do I want to do differently? I want to work with bigger clients. I want to work with, bigger budgets. I want to work on more commercials and more narrative stuff. And so that I constantly was telling myself that, and it gradually happened. And then I think, been working for a while, and I've gained a lot of experience over the years from when we first started. So that's the value there. I think that's people are getting that value from me. It's all the experience I have and all the tools that I have, and the lenses, the cameras, the knowledge of filming, storytelling, lighting, everything that I've taken and learned over the last 20 years or so. that's the value, and a lot of people really are happy to have that and pay for that. So
That's true.
yeah,
Because I think, and you know, read a lot of books and just you hear about this a lot more of. At some point, you have to flip the conversation from being seen as just the person who's doing the job, but also you are the asset that they're bringing in to get the job done.
right.
Right? You're just not a camera that they got, you know, because
Right.
when you're starting out, they're like, we want a camera and an operator behind it. Right? You can get that, but at some point,
It's your mom.
that's my wife.
Wife.
She's the only one who gets past.
It's your wife. Yeah, I
she's
know.
the only
Breaks
one.
through.
She
Your
breaks
kids,
through.
Your kids okay?
Oh, they're fine.
All right.
You know, I'm on video, so I gotta make
Yeah,
sure.
just tell her. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Hey,
I'm
honey.
on a podcast.
I'm on a
with
podcast,
Kesten,
honey.
and you're the one who passes through the phone. So Keston is asking, are the kids okay?
Roy loves you a lot. He took a call while we were filming this podcast.
Okay. She said we can go on. The kids are safe.
Kids are safe.
All right. Okay. All right.
No one broke an arm.
Hey, she's the only one who passes through.
What did she want?
It was not important. She was checking in.
Oh, just checking in.
If I'm
yeah.
still, I don't know.
Right.
I don't.
What
know.
time are you going home? You going to dinner? You cooking dinner tonight? You on dinner duty?
No.
Your aunt is.
You know, the boys are off. You know,
yeah.
That's another chapter too to it,
Yeah.
right? Like,
Are your kids working
when
for
we
you
were
yet?
working together, your
Yeah.
kids were small.
They were tiny, and
They
now
were tiny,
now
and I was the
Anton's
one
been-
who was like, "Man, this guy has a lot of work."
yeah,
He's like trying to figure out kids and filming and all that. That's my world
They
right
were
now. Keston.
3 and 7, I think, when I really jumped into filmmaking full time.
I'm there. Mine
Yeah.
just turned 4, and my
Oh, yeah.
other one is turning 7
Yeah.
in January. So I'm exactly where
There
you
go.
were. at
But
that
I was
time.
just starting filming. You were even filming longer than I was. So,
So,
but now my son Anton, he ACs for me. He can pull focus. He can he knows my whole kit too,
okay.
right? Which is amazing.
Okay.
Yeah, and he's a sophomore in college, so he's
How
not.
did you convince him to come in, or he just was like, "Dad needs some help, man"?
I just brought him in when he was like 14 on a doc shoot that called By My Side.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I worked on that with Win. You remember
Yeah,
that?
yeah, I remember that. Yes,
it's still
I
like
remember.
playing festivals. It's won like 20 awards. It's awesome. It's such a it's a beautiful film.
Amazing.
So Anton was helping out when he was 14 on that, and like interviews and just basic. Yeah, I think I paid him a little bit, and now he does commercials with me, and
Amazing.
yeah, he did
And
like
20?
a tea commercial. We were out in the Fisher Dolly, and he was pulling focus while he was
He's actually pulling focus.
Yeah, he was pulling focus. Yeah,
Wow, Keston, you did.
on my gear. He doesn't own the gear, but you know. Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah,
at least he has
great.
that experience and exposure, because that's
I
the
know.
most important thing.
and it makes pretty good money. You know, it's
Yeah.
like when you're
You're
20, it's not
20
you're
and
not-
you're pulling is,
Yeah,
but it also it's a skill.
yeah,
You
it's
know what I mean?
It's a skill.
Like you
He's
just
got
can't
it.
find anyone to go out and just stop. No. You gotta know your, you know.
No, he's got a good production head, and
There you go.
he knows like he'll probably work with, some gaffers this summer, Clay Carey maybe or
You see,
Luke or something.
you
Yeah,
see.
he'll
You-
get some
You got
experience.
him in.
Yeah.
You got him in already.
Yeah.
No, that's beautiful. And it's always good. At least whatever, if he wants to stay here or go somewhere, but he's picked up.
He's got
a
that
skill.
experience. Yeah, yeah,
He's
exactly.
got that experience. Whatever he
So
takes.
train
it.
your kids, get them started early.
They come up to the office, and
okay.
half the time it's like
Cool.
just
Yeah,
But it's good, I think. And I same conversation with most of my peers or just people without kids. I'm like, just make sure that at least they know what you do.
mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It might look like they're not paying attention,
Right.
but at least they know what you're doing every day. You know
Mhm.
what is shooting or filming means.
Speaking of shooting or filming, can we talk about gear for a minute?
We can talk
What-
about gear.
I don't want to derail anything, but I'm just curious what gear you're investing in these days.
It's an interesting market. So I'm heavily invested in ARRI,
Mm-hmm.
right? So just building out the full ecosystem on ARRI. I like the 35.
Yep.
So
You shoot on a lot too, or you're just
I
heavy
shoot
in the
everything
rental
with the
department?
35, honestly. It's the most easy camera to shoot with.
Mm-hmm.
It's the easiest camera, I think, out of,
Over Red V Raptor.
yes,
Yeah.
100%.
Okay.
Like
Why is that?
simplicity. it's hard to fuck it up. Oh, sorry. It's hard to
Yeah.
mess it up or fuck it up, right?
Yeah.
Like camera, if you, with experience, if you've lit it well, right?
Mhm.
Expose it well, you know your colors in terms of like, you know, your white balance or whatever it is, then you don't need to go into like the raw part of things, right? You get ProRes 444, easy to grade. ARRI has made it so easy too because they also have their own ARRI lookbook.
Yep.
So you can create certain looks if you want to be a little bit
Mm.
adventurous, but you're also on Rec 709. So at the gate, which is still easy because we still get some footage and we look at it, we're like, how did you manage to screw up that image? It was very simple.
Yeah.
It's like it's Rec 709. Premiere can be able to take it. You should be able to have a starting point.
Mm.
But somehow, somewhere, you know, you'll get, like my short film that I did. I looked at the color. I was like, how?
What?
You
didn't like-
could have
no?
just put the Rec 709
Yeah.
LUT and it would have been good.
Yeah.
But, you know, I think that's the part. Like, I like the fact that it's just the menus are very easy
Mhm.
to get to.
Okay.
You already know what you need to manipulate. Internal ND is a huge plus on that
Yeah.
camera.
You don't shoot red anymore, or
I still do
Red,
shoot
yeah.
red. I
Yeah.
still shoot red. So I still have the red helium 8K.
okay.
I still have that. And right now I'm actually testing the ZF, the
ZR?
the ZR.
Uh-huh.
So actually yesterday I was shot some stuff with
Cool.
me.
Mm-hmm.
Just sit down interview over there. Today we shot something with it, just a sit down interview.
What lens are you putting on there?
Right now I'm using the native lens,
Okay.
the 24 to
The
70
Nikon,
that they have. The PL mount had not arrived. I think I saw it's here now. So I'm gonna
Yeah.
put a PL mount lens,
Mhm.
just kind of see how that looks.
Mm.
Off the gate, the image looks good.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
I've checked it out. It looks intriguing, but also the Komodo is still really small. So if
the
you can make
Komodo is.
the-
No, that's true. That's
Yeah.
true. I think
I haven't made the jump to ARRI. I've been in red ever since I rented your camera years
you
ago.
did. I know
Yeah.
you got in and you went in hard. I lost out
Yeah.
when the weapon, because I invested into the path and then Red just kind of cut the whole upgrade
from
plan.
DSMC2 to
Yeah,
3.
so because
yeah.
I was gonna go into the VistaVision side and all that, and then they had the whole thing. So that slowed me down from upgrading the camera.
Right.
And then the paths they created was so many. Because where are you
Yeah.
at right now? You're on a
V-Raptor and
V-Raptor.
Komodo, yeah.
Yeah.
V-Raptor is, I love it. It's great.
It's a great camera.
Because I can shoot. I was just shooting in my. I do a lot of like product shoots,
Yes.
tabletop stuff in my
Yes.
kitchen, and I was shooting this like energy drink, and I shot in 480 frames a second. You know, I just like, you can do that on the Red. It's
The
2K,
Red.
but if you're just outputting, 1080p or whatever, it was like, I think it was like 1080 by 1920. The
Okay.
vertical.
Vertical.
for-
So you
Yeah.
got it.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Sensor
Yeah,
size,
so
they
it's cool.
got that. And,
And I
frame
can-
rate, they got that.
I throw it on my. I don't need Movi. I can throw it on my Ronin RS4
yes,
Pro.
yes.
And with like a nice PL mount and a nice cine lens, it's
Mm-hmm.
no more than 3 pounds. But yeah, it's great. I love it. Yeah, yeah. And the Redco raw. If you're shooting doc stuff, I think it's really forgiving. If you're going in and out different,
No, it makes
white
sense.
balance scenarios from a kitchen to a dining room to outside.
Can
And
fix
you're
that in
like,
post.
Yeah, just change it in post. Yeah,
No,
I mean,
that's
you can
good.
do that in an ARRI too. I know, but
No.
it's not-
100%. I
not
think
baked
it was
in. ISO's not baked in.
ISO's not baked in.
ISO and white
the-
balance. That's
So
the big
you
thing.
shoot a native 800? Or
There's
what,
no
what is your-
native on the V-Raptor really because it's Redco raw. So
but the sensor is rated at.
I don't know. Do they rate it? I don't think they.
You don't-
I've people ask me and I've researched that, but I think there's no native
So where do
native
you,
ISO. on
so
it.
you don't
I-
care. You just set
No,
it
no.
whatever.
I mean, it gets noisy if you go above
You go above
1200. But
1200, yeah.
I shoot anywhere between 4 and 800. Yeah.
4 and 8.
Mhm.
Okay.
And I have a PL mount with a drop-in filter. I have the Breakthrough, the San Francisco guys.
Okay.
I know that they make cheaper ones too, but that's a nice one. And so it has a little internal ND dial on there.
Oh.
Yeah, right in between the lens and the camera body.
Mhm.
So it's kind of like your
Yeah,
internal
internal
NDs.
ND.
Mhm.
And you swap them, or
You
is
can
it
swap
a
them.
rotating?
Yeah, it just pulls out. I usually keep the variable ND in there or the clear.
Okay,
but,
that's
yeah.
a good idea.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, that was the only. I'm so spoiled on that on the ARRI, the
Mhm.
ND.
Yeah.
that
Oh, the
sometimes
internal ND in there?
I'll find
Yeah.
myself on set with a red, and I'm
Mhm.
like, I forgot my NDs.
Oh, it does suck. No.
does.
But having the little drop-in filter
I
thing
would
is almost
invest in
like an
that.
internal.
Yeah, no, that's
Yeah.
that's a perfect solution.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think I haven't left the red market
Mhm.
100%.
You just
I still
do
use
you
it
guys
on.
own a V-Raptor? You rent V-Raptors? No.
No, we don't have
Okay.
any. And actually, we've not. That's the weird part. It's like once they release the lower one, you just said the name,
The Komodo?
the Komodo.
Yeah.
That ate up a lot of the market.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because most
know.
people are like,
They're only
there's a
three.
Komodo,
The Komodo 6K is only $3,000 now. It's like,
so it's like
yeah.
it
I mean,
took
the
off.
Komodo X is, yeah.
I
But
feel like that's where Nike or where
the Nikon ZR.
you're red.
Yeah.
You're a red person. Where do you think the Nikon fits in their ecosystem?
I don't know. I'm like,
What are your thoughts?
I just hate the Nikon mount. Like, why? Like, the red throwing the RF mount on there was really nice, you know?
Yes.
Because there's so many options. Like with the FD lenses, I could just put the RF adapter on there.
And
I
you
could
go.
just, you can shoot on there if you want to shoot on there. Canon's, whatever, current lineup RF lens. You know, they're Trinity 15 to 35, 24 to 70, 70 to 200. The still lenses, but I shoot on them. I own all three, and I shoot on them
Okay.
sometimes.
So tell me the lenses that you own. You said
Well, I own those Canon lenses. I use them primarily if I'm doing like quick, lightweight dock stuff, and I just need just a standard zoom. I'll throw a 8th Pro Mist on there.
Okay.
Because I just hate how clinical they look. But I'll also use it if I need, if I'm shooting in the kitchen like by myself or with it's just an assistant, and I just need to do a push in on a dolly, and I need to autofocus on a product.
Okay.
It's like really easy. It's so hard to pull focus, and I don't use the.
So what do you use for that one?
Then I'll just throw a 24 to 70 Canon on there and put in an
Makes
autofocus
sense.
and push
An
in on it.
autofocus, push in.
Yeah.
Yep.
But normally for lenses, I'll use I'll use my FD set, or I'll use the Ingenue lenses. Yeah, the easy one and easy two for dock stuff. Yeah.
Oh, so you've been big
Yeah.
on the engineers.
They look really nice.
Really nice.
I know. They're cool. I bought I mean, I'll rent some nicer lenses if the project has budget.
Okay.
But as far as lenses I own, I bought the Blazar Mantis anamorphics.
Oh, what do you think?
They look pretty good. I was just on a shoot. I did a 4-camera interview shoot at an AI company 2 weeks ago, and we had 2 Atlas Orions and we had 2 Blazar Mantis. So we had 4. So we had my V-Raptor, was A-cam with an Orion. We had Alexa Mini with an Orion, and then we had 2 Komodos with my Blazar Mantis lenses.
Okay.
And they looked like they cut together really well. And actually, the Mantis lenses were sharper right in the center on the face, the eyes. The
Nice.
Orions were a little soft, but
Yeah, they have a
the
look
Orions
and
that
feel.
look, yeah.
What is why mix all that format? Was it that
Well,
you couldn't?
why did we mix the full? Because I don't think they had budget to rent like 4 Alexas and
Or for Komodo?
4. Well, I mean, I owned a Komodo and a V-Raptor already, and the client wanted to use their Alexa
Okay.
and their Orions.
Okay.
They had.
And then
But they only had
2.
3 of them. But
Oh,
the 65 Orion was like really weird. It was really soft. I don't know what it was. So we didn't use that one.
Okay.
It was the 65. Yeah. I think we used it for like one interview. I'm like, this doesn't look right.
Doesn't feel right.
Yeah, it wasn't. And then then I put
The Blazer.
Blazers. Yeah.
What do you like
Donet
about
owns
the
those too.
Blazers?
Justin Donet. He has them too. He likes them. So that makes me think like, okay, they're actually legit lenses because he's
Been a
pretty
while
legit.
since I worked with Justin.
Yeah, he's awesome. He does some really cool car stuff and
Yeah.
He's
He's in LA.
he moved to he
He's in
started
Arizona?
making pizza in Portland. He's like, fuck being a DP.
No
and he
way.
moved from LA and went up to
And then what?
Portland, and he opened an amazing pizza shop. You know how DPs can get obsessed with things.
Yep.
You know? So he was obsessed with pizza, and dude, he made some really great pizza. And then I think pandemic hit. You know, as soon as he opened, so he
Pizza went
was
down.
open for like a year, and he closed. And
That is amazing, though.
yeah, he's back in the DP game now.
So he's back as
Yeah.
a DP.
Yeah,
Where in now?
he lives in Arizona, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, with his wife. He got married.
That is amazing, though. Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. So
So what do you like about the Blazers?
they're cool for like the short. I filmed a couple of the short films on them. They've got a lot of character, and for
Yeah.
anamorphics, they're like They're really lightweight. You can throw them on the gimbal. That's
these-
really what I wanted them
Are
for.
these the blazers that you can pick the color of the bokeh?
No, I don't think you can. Maybe no, you can't. I think that was
Because
another
they
one.
released
Maybe
one that
I
you
don't
could
know.
pick between the blues and the warmer
Yeah,
tones,
yeah.
right?
That was Kato's. I don't know. You got to be really careful with some of the cheaper lenses. You know, it's like they're really enticing, and you really be like, oh.
Until
Yeah.
you're like, oh.
But I actually, this is like the first like budget lens set that I've actually bought, and I'm pretty happy with them. Yeah, yeah.
No, I think
Yeah.
at that time, your Otis lenses were budget.
Oh, yeah. I guess they were,
Remember?
huh?
Because those are like, what, 6 bands or 7 a pop?
Yeah, they're five
Yeah,
grand.
they were
yeah,
not cheap
6 grand.
lenses.
No, they weren't
They
cheap.
were not cheap lenses. And they only came in 3 sets. There were only 3 lenses at that time,
Yeah,
right? There was a
28,
55
55, 85.
and 85.
Yeah.
I don't know why they decided to, but I was in LA, I think, I don't know when, but they had Zeiss has some new releases that they've been doing on their lenses.
Yeah.
But Zeiss is Zeiss. It has a look. You know what I mean? It's like, it doesn't experiment much. But my back to the kit, engineers.
Yep.
I like the flexibility and the idea of just a 3 lens set that I'm able to get all the focus that I need, especially for industrial work when you're like I'm moving and I'm on a dolly and I need to figure out, okay, I need to get in. We do have the anamorphics, what are they called? We just spoke about them a few minutes ago from your client.
Not the Mercury Atlas.
The Mercury Atlas.
The Atlas
we do
Mercury,
have,
I mean.
yeah.
I pre-ordered those too, and then I said, no.
Mine
I'll take them.
finally came, and
I just got my money back.
It's very, I feel like anamorphic is very niche. It's not for everything, right? It has its purpose of when you can use them.
They look pretty cool in interviews, actually. I'm just starting to do it now on interviews, and you don't have to make them look super super crazy.
Yeah,
they just give a nice,
the book
interesting look
beautiful.
to it. Yeah,
yeah,
the
the
cool.
background.
Yeah,
yeah.
But the Mercury's, I waited too long, and I wanted my $3,500 back. So it was like a year and a half or something.
I went back and forth with them, which was like, I was like, yo, are we shipping this or what is happening?
You just got them? Like
no, I got them. They've been
like a year ago.
Yeah, they're cool, and I've used them a couple of times, but not as much as I thought I would.
That's why I got the cheaper ones. I knew I wouldn't use them that much, but
that was the other thing.
I knew nothing about lenses when I first started. I remember I worked with Jason Joseph, and he was like telling me about visiting the Cook factory. I was like,
yes.
The what factory?
You just bought the Cooks, right?
He just bought these. He went and he did like a little tour with some guy there. This was probably 2008, and he went back in the storage room, and there was like a bunch of dusty old Cooks sitting on I don't even know what they were. They were, he bought them, and he was like on a mission to,
rehouse
make them, rehouse them, or I think just machine the mounts that would work on,
He was here. He was seated over here.
Oh, he was?
Yeah.
Did he talk about that?
Yeah, we spoke a little bit about it on the Cooks, and we were remembering like the machining because he got so heavy.
Did he fix them finally?
He did.
Okay. Does he use them?
He uses them a lot, actually.
But he's got another set of Cooks too, doesn't he?
No, I think that's
he
his
uses
main set.
those?
Yeah.
Oh.
He rehoused them. They're pretty.
They're like Pancros, like
they're called Pancros,
they're like Pancro ones or something from the 40s
So
or some crazy thing.
Yeah,
like that.
I remember he was obsessed with lenses at that time, right?
So he was, and now I can't stop looking at lenses online. It's tough.
Once you get the bug.
Do you know that website, New Life Cinema?
I've been on it. Yeah.
It's kind of like a consignment shop for lenses, but
that's
you're like, oh my god, that's so cool.
It is. It is crazy. But I'm
gonna get that set. I'm gonna save up my $80,000 and buy that one. Yeah. I don't think it's a good idea. I don't think that's a great investment. No, there's just like so many different lenses.
Which ones would you buy if
you were
like, hey, you got a full
get the
project, it doesn't matter what you need, just get the lenses that you need. What would
Tribe
you go?
7, Blackwing 7. I would get the T-tuned. Do you have those?
I haven't even shot with them.
Oh.
Have you?
No, but I would get them. They look so good.
They look so good.
I keep every project. I'm like, okay, we're gonna get these lenses. And we're like, there's no budget.
The lenses look good, or the images that you saw of the lenses, or you're like just like the
the images out of the lenses look good. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I've known people that have shot them. Yeah,
I would test.
I would test them first before I bought them, but those are the ones that they're like just light enough where I think you could still use it on a gimbal, but they're.
That's a very good point.
Yeah.
I should probably.
And they have a little character, but they're not too crazy, and they
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll get those or the.
I like that. Maybe we'll
Yeah.
get rid of our Zeiss and buy some new lenses. Because we still
Do you
have
have the Supreme
Zeiss
Radiance?
CP3s.
Oh, CP3s.
Yeah, we're still an original.
This, I bought. There's some cool lenses out of, the V35 project. Those guys, they take like Canon CNE lenses and they will do some
V35.
coatings. They're in Bellingham, I think, Washington. They're called the V35 project.
Okay. I'll check them out.
And I worked on this Hummer commercial thing with this other DP. We were both on the same gimbals and cameras and lenses. And
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
using his lens set, and it was really cool. So I bought one of those because I don't like the 35 FD in my set. It's a
Okay.
1 week link. So I bought a V35 project. It looks like a Canon rangefinder, but those I might buy a set of like. That's also a set I would buy. They're pretty cool looking.
The V35, are they a rehousing company?
They don't rehouse, but they take new lenses and they make them look like vintage lenses. They have some proprietary method that they do. They do coating and maybe they take it apart a little bit.
I know what you're saying.
They do something to the
Yeah.
glass where they get like a little swirly bokeh, and then they do a little.
Okay.
Like the bokeh's nicer. They have a little more blooms. It's kind of like, it's not like putting a Pro Mist in front of your lens, but it's a little bit more
When it's in the
involved
glass,
that.
it's a
Yeah.
little different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It's interesting because that's a conversation that's been coming up with a lot of this, even the older companies, right?
yeah,
Like even Leica, Ingenieur, all these guys. I think Ingenieur has done that where you can now swap from the iris blades, the type, like you can create your own style of a bokeh
Right.
that you want to do.
What about
And
the
if
ARRI rental lenses? The ARRI rental house. What are those called? You
Which
can
ones are
you can
just-
like dial in the.
Oh, you're talking about the that fits in between the sensor and the lens.
Yeah.
And that's actually Art Adam's project, right? Because he's been doing
Mhm.
that with the lenses, and they're shipping with the new lenses that just came out from ARRI.
Yeah.
So the new
Oh.
set come with that kit,
Okay.
and they sold some for the signature lenses.
Okay.
But I think also they lowered
I'm not
the
talking about
price.
the Enzos. I'm talking about like.
The Enzos ship with that
Oh.
element.
Oh, okay. I'm
'Cause
talking
it's
about
an-
these other lenses. I can't remember what they're called, but
Which ones?
I don't. They're in the area. You looking them up? The ARRI.
The DNA?
Maybe if you go to ARRI Rentals, they don't sell them. They just rent them. So they're just like.
The lenses you can swap.
No, they actually have a little dial in them where you can like change the look in the lens. Yeah.
Huh. Okay.
If you go to Lens Addict on Instagram,
Okay.
you follow
okay.
that channel.
No.
That's pretty cool.
I'm gonna check it
on the
out.
top. They have the image that was shot, or not the video that was shot,
Cool.
and then on the bottom they have the lens that it was shot with.
Because there's that's what I'm thinking, and I might be wrong. What I'm thinking you're talking about is with ARRI, what they did. You remember like the old school way of putting stockings
Yeah.
on, in between the sensor and the lens.
Mm-hmm.
They made filters that
Uh-huh.
operated under
Right.
the same kind of concept where you just swap them. I'm trying to
Right.
remember the name. They're not diopters, but they have a different name. But you could be able to swap them depending on the look that you're going for on the lenses.
Right.
And the latest Enzos come with that kit
Mm-hmm.
included
Right.
in the
Right.
package
I've
of
seen
the
that with the
lenses.
Enzos. Yeah.
They
Yep.
did that with the signatures,
Okay.
but it was a separate kit. It was pricey. It was like $7,000 just for the kit.
Right.
And I think I was talking to, I don't know if Chedo or VideoFax has them, but it was like, it's an additional piece that you have to educate. The people who know what this is are very few in the market,
Right.
that you're just going to be holding on to inventory before people pick up.
How did you feel about lenses when you first started shooting? Like, were you worried about, or were you interested in the look of your projects a lot with your lensing, or were you just like, I'm just going to shoot on this Canon?
No, I
This
think the lenses
still
were the
lens.
thing, but it was also like access to them, right?
Mm-hmm.
You remember, like, even the time, you came in, but time we were coming in, it was hard to get into these lenses,
Yeah.
And I think that's where, like, older lenses, like, we were buying older lenses to try and use them because that's what we could afford at the beginning, right? And our projects weren't big enough that we could justify going to get Cooks or going to get all these fancy lenses like we can do now.
Right.
But if you get a project and you have the opportunity to get a good piece of glass, then you're like, okay, this is gonna be good,
Right. I was just excited you could get bokeh on the, with the still lens on
and
the
still lens on
the
that,
on the
because I
7D,
remember
5D.
mine were the ZFs. So I got the
yeah.
Nikon ZFs.
Oh yeah, you had them
I built that
declicked.
kit. I declicked them.
Mhm.
I declicked them myself first, and then put a mount back, and then I did all that work at the beginning just so I can be able to get like faster lenses. Like the
Right.
50 was a 1.4, so I'm able to get like faster lenses, get some good bokeh. And I still have those lenses for the part, but I sent them to Duclos
Oh.
to actually just declick them, check them, put gears on them, because it was a smaller kit.
Right.
But at that time, yes, if you could get access to those good lenses,
Right.
yes.
Do you get
But
sick of a certain look and you want to switch lenses? Are you?
Yeah.
The client normally doesn't
The
really
client
care
didn't
what.
care,
Right.
but at some point you're like, all your images look
Right.
close. You're trying to test things. You're trying to, because
Yeah.
with Zeiss you get the cooler blues
Mhm.
look, and then you have the cooks which are a little bit warmer. So you're like, I want that.
Mhm.
And then trying to remember, I think was it Clay? He had Leicas.
Yeah.
And you put the Leicas on the red. So you're seeing all the different looks of glass. And I think the advantage that we had is everyone had different types of lenses that they were able to get together. So
Right.
you can see the different looks, and whenever you have a project, you're like, I want that look.
I might buy the Leicas. Going back to our conversation about what lenses would you have? I
You
might
know,
get
buy the
the
Leicas?
Hugos. Yeah.
Yeah, they look good.
Yeah, they look pretty good.
They look pretty good.
I've never shot on them again, but just those are one. It's like I've never driven a lot of cars I want, but
You'll buy them and then just drive them later.
yeah, exactly.
I did a shoot years back. It was for a VC, and I was talking to the VC founder we were talking to. What was I using actually on that shoot? I think I had Zeiss. I was shooting with the CP3's camera. I think was a red. And we start talking like just on breaks, and he's like, "Yeah, no, I have Leica lenses." And I was like, "What were you using?" I was like, "Oh, yeah, no, I like the warmth. It's good for filming my kids at the beach." I was like, those lenses were at that time were like close to $100,000. I'm like, you're living.
Yeah.
I would love to be friends, so we could,
Right.
it's one of those things. But yeah, that time you're like, yeah, man, those are the lenses that you're looking up to. You wanna work with.
They look pretty cool. I know
They look pretty
Fincher
cool.
shoots on them, so
Yeah.
And
So-
the red V Raptor and
The red and the
Leicas.
V-Raptor.
Yeah, and the lights lenses. Yeah.
Yeah, I was looking at something. I think Soderbergh just did a black bag with a V Raptor.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's what it was shot
that
on.
was a V Raptor.
With what lenses? I don't know.
I'm curious about the lenses because he shoots. Yeah, that was actually very well done. And I think I did another one with the Sony.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of red ARRI in that market.
Yeah. Are you able to watch shows and not break apart every piece of thing that's
I
happening
do.
in the show? You
That's the
can
beauty.
get sucked
I
into the
have-
narrative. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
tend to, at least the fast pass, I'll try and watch to enjoy a little bit.
Right.
Especially if the story is good.
Right. But sometimes it's like you can't not pay attention to it.
Sometimes you'll stop.
Have
and
you
you're
seen the
like,
new
I love that.
season of Stranger Things? That's all I could see because I don't know, it's fine. It's a good show, but the camera is just moving constantly on Steadicam or
Really?
dolly or yeah.
Is
it's
it in
just-
a good way, or what do you think?
in a way that I think that they're just doing it for effect. They're just doing it for. I don't know if it has much
so
to
it's
do with the
just
story.
Just,
It's too much. I think it's
too
too
much.
much. Yeah, they need some locked up shots.
I think movement should be intentional. That's
Yeah.
how you look at it. It's like,
Yeah.
why?
Yeah, exactly. Why
The
are you doing this?
Why are you moving me?
Yeah,
Just keep me where I'm at. Let me soak it in. But sometimes you don't have enough content, or you don't have enough.
I mean,
meat in
sometimes with the
story.
blocking, it's really cool to move characters and to move the cameras around and have it all of a sudden be a different scene in the
I'm
same
gonna
shot.
piggyback on that
Yeah.
because are they trying to go this Warner thing that's been going on?
Not really. I didn't see much of that.
Because that's been
yeah.
the
Right.
craze. We've had 2 shows: The Studio,
right.
and then the one for Netflix.
The child? No, what's the one where they shot on the
Adolescence.
Adolescence? Sorry,
Yeah.
yeah. With the 4D and the
4D.
Cook
Yeah,
SP3s.
maybe everyone is trying to do that kind of.
I think
style.
what was that? The True Detective episode where they
Detective,
that was
yes,
the
yes.
first time where people really started there was a lot of buzz about the Warner
Yes.
on that one. And then, and then there was that filmmaker guy, had a lot of films in Sundance. I can't remember his name. He did a lot of Warners too, short films. They were really good.
They're really good.
Yeah, the
Okay.
one where the woman like goes into the convenience store to rob it or something. She gets maced, and then she's like on the phone with her mom or something, and she like ends up. She calls a cab to get out of there, and then someone's shooting a crossbow at her or something. It's so good. Yeah.
Okay.
And then she
you gotta send me
She
that one.
stumbles out of the convenience store, and she thinks she's getting a cab, but she gets right into the cop car, and then she drives away. And that's, sorry, spoiler alert. Shit.
He already gave it,
Dude.
but I'll still
Yeah.
watch it.
Okay.
I will still watch
But
it.
anyway, no, I don't think they're trying to do the Warners. But I mean, I do. The studio is I really enjoy.
Studio's
I
on
enjoy the
point.
Warners. You know,
I
they're
did
done.
enjoy
They're
it.
done well. It's really fun.
If you do it well,
Yeah.
and there's like intent to it, like
Right.
you know,
I've never done an intentional Warner.
me either.
I don't think so.
Oh.
Yeah.
We gotta work on that
Yeah.
to figure out which one.
Yeah.
What is our Warner gonna be?
I don't know.
Gotta look for one.
But
this
I mean,
this year you're getting more into narrative this year.
Yeah.
and doing more.
Yeah.
I'm also looking at the same.
I've been ever since I worked at Pixar. I've been sucked into like the shot composition. Like, do you ever watch that? I think it's called like Cinefix channel on YouTube, where they
Yeah.
do like they break down that Kurosawa high-low scene where he just learns that his son's been kidnapped, and then he learns it's the chauffeur's son, and it's just like the camera is just like on all these people, but it's the way Kurosawa moves all the people around the room, and how it totally changes the dynamic. It's amazing. I thought Spike Lee was going to do that in his film, but he didn't pay homage to that. So
Wait, is it the last film that he just did?
he did. I mean, he did a remake of the Kurosawa film. Yeah,
Yeah.
but
The
it was
the one with Denzel.
yeah,
That,
it was good.
that wasn't good for me.
No,
Oh, no.
no. I mean, it wasn't as good as the Kurosawa. It was fine.
Yeah. I don't know.
Do you ever watch narratives without the sound on and just talk about what the that's where the implicit learning comes in, where I
Okay.
think like if you want to get I want to get good at narrative, so I'm trying to like I turn the sound off, and I'll just by myself I'll just like speak out loud what's happening with the camera movement,
Okay.
and I'll be like, okay, this is a wide shot, now we're going over the shoulder, and now we're just getting some coverage with the characters. All right, now the camera's moving around here and they're blocking. Yeah, like the more you say that and watch something without the sound on, you can just focus on what the camera's doing and what the characters, how the camera's picking up the characters and telling the story with the characters.
That is
Yeah.
amazing, though.
Yeah, like if it's camera low and showing the character in a powerful position, is it high? Are they cut away to that object? That's going to be important in the.
What is the last one that you saw and broke it down that way?
I do. Oh God, I mean, I do it with like a lot of TV shows. And what movie was I watching?
Or even a
Can't
TV
remember.
show that
Can't
you
remember.
just saw?
I mean, it was like Stranger Things was the last.
Stranger
That was the
Things.
last show I
That's
watched.
why you were like,
It's
damn, this movement is moving too
But I was
much.
watching it with my family, so I was kind of muttering to myself, "Now we're gonna go." But sometimes out loud, I'm like, "Oh, now they're gonna. Okay, in 3, 2, 1, they're gonna cut," and they do. They cut like right. They kind of know where they're pushing in or they're tracking back. I'm like, now they're tracking back the character. Now they're gonna do the reverse. They're gonna track behind the character.
That one thing I enjoy about that's the only one I think I probably track a lot is when the camera moves and it's moving on emotion, because I want you to feel to kind of when that is done really well and the motion starts, either it's a push in or a pull out, and you're like, you got me, I am in, and you're seeing it, either you're being drawn into the the scene a little bit more, but it's very subtle that you don't realize it, but at the end of it you are connected with the actual scene.
Yep.
If that is when films do that and you kind of get it, I'm like, man, you got me. I feel that.
I think horror movies do that really well, right? Because it's like they have to build a lot of tension and they have to scare you. So I shot like a 9-minute little horror film about a year and a half ago. It was super fun. We shot it in one day with a guy who wasn't an actor. He was 94 years old, and it was in his house, and we didn't have to set dress anything. It was like perfect. But I watched a lot of horror films because I'm like, how do you build that tension? How do you get that, like, what makes it scary?
Makes it
Well,
scary?
as an audience, there's going to be a jump scare happening, or
How did you and how did that go?
It worked pretty well. We didn't have the same kind of shots that the a lot of horror films, classic horror films have, but it got me thinking a lot about what to do when I was in the moment
Which
with setting up shots. Yeah.
there's a running theme from our conversation on preparation, right?
Mhm.
What are your thoughts on pre-production before shoots?
I like pre-production before shoots. Yeah, and lately this year we've been storyboarding most of our commercials that we shoot, and I worked in the story department at Pixar. So my friend Louis Gonzalez, who's an amazing story artist, he was able to do a couple commercials for us. He did, and then he was telling me casually that he just storyboarded Sinners, and I was like, oh, that's great.
What?
Storyboarded some sequences, not the whole thing, but
No,
I was like,
that's
dude,
huge
that is
already.
so freaking cool. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
so
He did
freaking
Black
cool.
Panther too, and
Just knowing the right people.
yeah, yeah.
Keston.
So he, so he storyboarded some commercials for us. But even though, like, it's still hard because the client, like, will be like, we'll pitch our vision, and then, like, oh, you know, the client will be like, yeah, that looks great, and then we'll actually shoot to the boards, and then in the edit, it's like, it's not, like, it sometimes doesn't work. I think for narratives, it's really great, but sometimes you realize, okay, we needed a wine bottle for the first shot, and just, you know, it's like we're trying to build a little mystery or something, and, you know, within 30-second
I've
piece,
done those,
and
and
you're
you're like,
like,
when are we
dude,
seeing our product?
I know the client's like, I want the product like in the first
Product
shot.
in the
And we're like,
first shot, yep.
yeah, of course you do. Why don't we storyboard that? We didn't think about that. We were trying to build a cool little, like, mysterious piece.
reveal.
And the reveal is going to come out in 10 seconds, but you need it right up front. I understand.
I've done those, and
Yeah.
they're like,
Whoops.
product in the first shot.
Right.
I was like, it's gonna come, and it's gonna be powerful.
Yeah, yeah.
Nope, just
Yeah.
put it over there.
Yeah. But we did, another one worked out great. We did in the same, we had 2 shoots. We went to New Zealand in the springtime. It was
Nice.
their fall. But we did it, and then we shot a gin commercial there, and that was great. We storyboarded that. It worked out really well, and it
That's
turned out
amazing.
great. It was with the distiller, who's not an actor, but she did the piece, and she was really funny. It was really cute. So very happy with that one.
How you are doing a lot of travel
Mhm.
related shows? Are they shows or are they series?
Yeah, it's not. It's like they're like mini food documentaries, I would say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then also commercials for wine and spirits.
And how do you approach those? Like, what is your creative process coming in, or like just to
Mhm.
walk us through, and then we'll get to the travel and all the good stuff.
Yeah, so the beginning of this year, we shot 3 commercials that were all in, well, 2 were in New Zealand and 1 was in Mexico for a tequila brand. And the 2 in New Zealand, 1 was wine and 1 was gin, and owned by the same portfolio. So just since we were there, we shot both.
Since
so
you're
my
here,
process.
just go
So
get
that
it.
one we went through the typical. We had to hire a local crew, of
Yeah,
course, and we had to
yeah.
hire local actors, and we had a scout, location scout, who worked for a couple weeks, and sent us pictures because we needed to make it not look like California, which
Okay.
is hard in that part of New Zealand because it does look like California a lot.
Really?
Because
Okay.
that's where they grow the grapes, and it's a
Where in
similar
New- where in New Zealand were you?
Mediterranean climate. It's the north end of the South Island in Marlborough.
Oh, Marlborough. Okay.
And so there's very New Zealand things about it, and we just shot those and tried not to turn the camera out and look like Golden Hills of Napa, So,
Makes sense.
and then, so that takes a lot of preparation. And then the other shoots are more like doc driven, I would say. So, and I've done a lot of them where I don't, doesn't need that much prep. I know what's going to happen when we get there. So, and I have my kit dialed in, like my travel kit. I'm always
Okay.
like tweaking it a little bit,
Yeah.
but with a few pieces of gear each trip. But now I have it like, I'm really
You're
excited.
you're
Yeah.
dialed in.
Yeah.
You know exactly what needs to be going.
Yeah. And I know like I can travel, I can get there in 3 check bags, and I can have like, 5 light stands. I can have like 3 or 4 lights. I have my full audio kit. I've got 3 cameras. I have like at least 6 lenses, and I love everything small, and I don't build my camera. Even when I'm here on set, I just don't build I don't build my cameras out that big.
Makes sense.
And I just do what's necessary, heavy lens. Yeah. I'll put rails on it and support. So I know how to travel, and,
What is your process? Okay. Let's say
don't travel with pelicans, because you'll get flagged. That's my process. My only tip.
don't travel. With
Don't travel with
pelicans.
hard cases.
Don't travel with hard cases.
Yeah.
Okay. And
Um,
because
because you'll get pulled immediately, or they'll not make it, or they'll get dumped and oversized, or they'll get flat, or they'll get stolen. Yeah. So I have these Temba cases. They're like really sturdy
Soft.
and durable. They're soft, but they look like regular suitcases. So, and then I have a hard shell, like normal looking suitcase that I put little compartments in too, and then I throw my clothes on the other side. But
So
yeah.
you don't get any carnets to go through?
I don't.
any of
I've
those
never
places?
gotten a carnet, and now I'm thinking about it for a trip to Mexico that I have, Mexico City in February. Because the last time I went to Mexico, I got kind of hassled, and luckily my client was right there, and she came out, and she's like, "What's going on?" And the guy was like, "Oh, is this your esposa?" I'm like, "No, that's not my wife, just my friend." And he's like, "Oh, okay, it's fine, go ahead."
Oh, for real?
Yeah,
That's kind of
like
cool.
I don't know what he opened up all my cameras. He's like, "What are you doing?" You
Oh,
know?
on your
no, I had
your
to
check
go
bag?
through the. Okay,
Wait, you
so when you're
okay.
in Mexico, you go through customs and you have to push a button, and if it's green, then you can just go through. But if it's red, you have to get
You can
everything
get checked.
X-rayed. So the guy, I was about to push the button. He was like, "No, push that button." I'm like, "Oh shit! You want me to
Who
push
pushes the button?
Everyone pushes a button when you go through customs when you land in Mexico. It's like a little thing. It's like you can pick up your bags. You're about to leave. You just push a button and they have an X-ray. If you get red randomly, it's like it's supposed to be a random selection.
Oh,
But he was sending me to this rigged button. I know it. I know he was like, push that button. I was like,
oh, he
shit.
knew it.
Yeah, so I pushed it red. Of course, I had to get all my stuff X-rayed.
So it's a rigged system.
It's rigged, and then they'll tax you in Mexico. Mexico's tough, right? Because then they can tax you on the gear you're bringing in, like the percentage of the gear. So one time I had a Pelican case when I went to Oaxaca like 6 years ago, and they had a drone in there, and they pulled the case, and they charged me like $300 for the drone or something. So that's why no Pelicans. And also I had a shoot in India, and like, I know it was risky not getting a carnet there, but I didn't do it because it's really hard. You have to get a visa for India, and if you apply for a media visa, you can apply for a personal tourist visa or a media visa. And the media visa, like, it's really hard to get approved. So I just applied for a personal tourist visa, and I was sweating bullets, but I made it through, no problem.
Sometimes it works.
Sometimes it works, but no, I haven't. Do you get carnets? You travel?
I get carnets.
Yeah. All right, I'll talk to you because I'm going to get a carnet for Mexico. It's my first one ever.
Yeah,
so.
I do.
Okay.
I've gotten all the travels, but it can work against you.
It can?
Yeah, I did Dominican Republic this year.
Oh, uh-huh.
We had a carnet. It was interesting because my carnet agent told me you don't need one because they do not respect it, so don't get it. But the client insisted. So my agent was like, I can't do it. It's not worth it. But they managed to get their carnet agent to issue one.
How do they know you have a carnet when you go through customs?
There's a process.
Okay.
So
when they scan your passport, they know you have a no.
If you have a carnet, you have to go through customs. So you don't go straight to check in your bags.
Oh.
So you have to run your bags to customs first.
Oh.
They check it.
At SFO?
SFO.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so SFO, the international terminal, where people come out, that's that you go in.
Oh.
So the exit, you go in through there, but they let you in if
Okay.
you tell them you have a carnet.
Yeah.
They will go in. They will go through. I've only had that happen once where the person decided they want to go through all the bags.
Right.
And I think that was Chile. Yeah,
Is this boring for people to talk about carnets? I just realized we're still on camera.
A lot of people.
They like to know about carnets.
Yeah,
they want to know.
We've had, I know
Yeah.
a couple stories of productions that didn't happen because of lack of carnets.
Okay.
But
that's going to be me.
So with that is if you get it and you don't get it signed in either of those ports, they will send you back. The whole idea, you know what the whole idea of a carnet is, right? You're telling the other countries this is America, you pay taxes in America, and this is American equipment that is going in, so you don't need to get paid taxes in the other country because it's going to leave, so it's not staying in that country.
Yeah.
But for that to be official is you have to get from your country, from the US has to say, hey, this is the equipment, we've checked it, we've signed, and there's a paper they will take.
Yeah.
They'll rip one of the pages, they will keep that. When you go to the other country, you're telling them, hey, this guy's already checked it. Can you check it? Because I'm bringing in the country and I'm going to leave with everything that I
But you
came
have to
with.
get a signature.
They have to sign
Yeah,
it.
right.
If you meet a guy over there who's overworking, they might decide they want to go through the whole bag. If
Right.
you meet a guy, half the time they look at the most expensive thing, and that's what they're like, can you show me the serial number of this thing? They'll pull that, and then they're like, okay, cool, I'll sign it, go.
Cool.
And
Yeah.
then when you're coming back, you do the same process, the reverse, right?
Okay. Yeah.
And that shows at the end is you come back, if it's SFO, I came back with everything that I went with, and then it's not finished. You got to take that paper, the folder, you got to ship it back
I don't want to do that.
to
I'll
the
just bribe them in
Kane
Mexico.
office,
Right.
or
Yeah.
to them, it's an open taxation document.
Okay.
So they have to go in, receive it. I got a call because after traveling on multiple travels, I just keep them here. I thought I was, so I was like, I'll ship them one day. They call me, they're like, hey, can this document be sent to, you've been holding
Really?
on to them too long. Can you send them to New York? Because they need to confirm that all this equipment is good and it's within the country, and we need to prove that. So those guys proved it, but the people who created these documents need to close their books too. So it's a long process.
I'm just going to put $500 cash in my bag and pay people off.
That's the other way.
Yeah.
But also
Yeah.
Mexico
No.
Mexico respects Canes.
Yeah.
I'm assuming because they're our neighbors.
Well, I flew in for the tequila commercial in May, I don't know, April or something, and I was with that photography team as well, and they had a lot of people and a lot of equipment, and they're like, "You get your carnet?" I'm like, "I don't do a carnet."
What is it?
She's like, "All right, well, good luck." I was like, "I'm fine. I've been to Mexico so many times with my gear that
You're
it's never."
fine.
This time was a little shaky though. I was telling you,
It
like
scared you.
they opened it up and they're like, "Yeah," but they let me go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Canada is a little bit weird.
Canada?
Canada.
Oh, I'm not going to shoot there.
Canada
I'm
and
just joking.
Australia.
I'm gonna shoot Canada.
Sydney.
Oh,
It's one of the crazy ones.
New Zealand, I didn't get a carnet.
I got one in New Zealand.
did?
Yeah.
Oh,
But it
I've
was
been a lot of places.
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, New Zealand was cool.
What?
It was cool.
It was cool.
cool.
Yeah.
I think it was one level of less stress that I had
Right.
to worry about.
Right. All right.
But
Yeah, I'll
we
do
did
it. I'll get
Nigeria,
your-
and I didn't get a carnet. But they don't respect carnets.
Okay. If you don't
One thing I
respect the
learned
carnet,
is when your agent tells you they don't respect carnets,
don't do it.
don't bother about it.
Yeah.
Because what that created was friction
Yeah.
of now the person on the other side has questions, but now you've shown them the costs of what, because you're declaring how much this thing is worth.
Right.
So it became a haggle between two sides of how much are you guys paying us? So they were asking for a bond of we have to deposit a certain amount because they don't know what this is, and they clearly did not know what this is.
Right.
But the fact that we showed them
Right.
at some point I was
Okay.
a little bit pissed off because I saw people passing with equipment exactly like ours, just going through
Sure.
to film, and
Yeah.
we're seated right there. So we were held for a minute. I was like,
In the DR.
yeah. So half of our equipment we didn't get to use it, but again, just gotta follow.
I
If
went
we
to Haiti
traveled
with
with
that, yeah.
bags like you,
Yeah.
would have been.
Yeah. You got to get the. Don't
Gotta get that,
Get the tembas.
But again, that's another case for
Yeah.
how bags are transported and
Yeah.
thrown around.
Also, I had too many bags in Mexico. That's why I got stopped because I was pushing a big cart piled
Heap.
up. Yeah.
Nah,
So
it's
like
just-
that, they think you're bringing in T-shirts or something. They think you're. It's
You're
not
shopping.
film-
You think
they-
you're shopping to go sell?
Yeah, something like that. That's what someone told me. Like they
Yeah.
think you're bringing in like stuff so you can sell. Yeah. on the
Which you
black
were,
market.
right? You
I
got some
sold all
cool
my
T-shirts.
cameras. Yeah. I brought my branded
Oh,
T-shirts.
you know what? Sorry to bring
Yeah.
this one out, but Chile was the worst.
Oh. Okay.
But that's
Good to know.
because what they explained to us was the taxation and the cost of equipment is so high. Like people can't afford. They can't afford, and the equipment is limited. Like by the time you pay the taxation to get anything into the country,
Yeah.
it's so expensive. So they actually had older equipment at the place, because I was renting like flags and stuff over there.
Yeah.
It was a little hard to get like most of the stuff. It was there, but it was coming from far. And half of these guys were like, if you sell me that, man.
Really?
Yeah, they were trying to buy everything.
You should have.
I was like, man, it's on a carne, man.
Oh no!
I gotta go
The
back
next
home.
time I know, I won't do a carne in Chile, and I'll sell all my
You'll
gear.
probably be wealthy over there,
Yeah.
man. You just sell
They,
all your
they
gear.
can't just buy it on eBay and get it shipped
No,
to
the
Chile?
taxation of getting
Oh,
it.
it's too much.
Because it's more
Yeah.
import.
Yeah.
So at that time,
Okay.
that was the biggest thing.
Okay. Next time I
But
do a shoot
next
in
time you
Chile,
should go over there. You might be like the gear smuggler.
I'll bring my Blackmagic Pocket version 1 or whatever.
You still have?
No, I don't. I sold
You
that.
still have one?
No, that was a teen. Remember those?
Then-
little teen?
yeah,
I sold it
Do I
to.
still have it?
I sold it to someone in
We
Russia.
sold it. Yeah, we
The
sold that
little,
one too.
the little thing. Shoot.
I still have C300 Mark IIs if you want to buy some. I'm selling them.
Do you?
Yeah.
Not the Mark 1s?
No.
You have your Panasonic HVX 200?
No, I
No?
do not.
Those are cool.
Those were cool.
Yeah.
Hey, they were workhorses.
I sold mine on eBay, and then I forgot to get a I forgot to get a tracking number, and I shipped it like not through eBay, and then the person said they never got it.
Oh no.
Yeah.
So that's
They got a free
that's
camera.
flush.
They got a free camera.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, my Red, I sold my Dragon to someone in Florida,
Okay.
and I shipped it FedEx,
Uh-huh.
and they never got the camera. It disappeared at the FedEx facility in Miami because I insured it for like $8,000. And someone in the Miami facility was like, "What's this insured for $8,000?" Yeah, and it never made it. I got $8,000, but from the insurance because I insured it with FedEx, but the people never got their camera. They were bummed about it.
Was the camera equipment more than 8,000?
I think I sold it for $8,000 on eBay. Yeah,
And then insured for
I
8,000.
insured it for $8,000. Yeah,
How much did you have to pay for 8,000 insurance?
no, it wasn't that much. It was a couple $100.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you got, at least you sold it to FedEx then.
I sold it to some employee at FedEx. Now it's like paperweight. I don't know. What do you, Dragon with no media or monitor or anything?
There's a country
The Red Mags
somewhere-
are the more expensive than the
The
cameras
Red
these
Mags
days.
was so pricey. It was like $10,000, right? Like
For
for the
Red,
4 of them.
back then, yeah, they were crazy. There
They
was
were
three.
crazy.
I paid $3,000 for a terabyte Red Mag.
Yeah.
And now they're really expensive because the cameras are cheap, but you can't get that. The mags are in short supply.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I was like, maybe I'll get because I was shooting. I wanted to get like another Red
Okay.
for an interview, like
Yeah.
rather than rent. And I
Yeah.
was like, I'll just get a Dragon, and you can get a Dragon for like $2,800
Uh-huh.
probably.
Yeah.
But the mags are like, I don't know, they're almost as expensive as they were. They're like $1,000 for a terabyte, or yeah. So,
Oh,
but maybe there's a hack now. You can record on an SSD or something.
yeah. No, that's crazy. How do you stay? How do you find your inspiration to what you do? Like,
That's a good question. I watch a lot of videos. Yeah, I go on like Vimeo. I haven't done this in a little bit, but I do like to go on the Vimeo is it For You page or the staff picks. It used to be like the staff picks, and I would
picks,
roll
yeah.
through like a lot of like short docs or a lot of like little narratives and
yeah.
find some people that are doing really cool stuff on there and kind of because in the beginning it was like you kind of have to just copy other people, like figure out what you like and then like do something like that and then,
Yeah.
then you'll develop your own style. But now I get inspired by still by that. I get inspired by people shooting cool stuff and even like some stuff on social media that comes up or someone does a really cool edit or some cool shooting styles that I haven't tried yet. I'll do that. Yeah.
And between like even with the projects that you're doing, which projects would you say are like this is what at my happiest or my best or like creatively inspired to be
it's
able
like
to do?
I think I'd have one answer, but I don't. It's like I have a lot of different answers. Even the interviews when you're going in and filming, a bunch of CEOs. It's kind of fun if you get to work with someone like Luke Searveld or and a bigger crew to and multiple cameras to like really dial in a very pleasing image and compose a really nice interview. And then like I think the narratives are really fun too because seeing people act and getting that emotion and capturing it. And then documentaries. I was filming in Charleston this summer and we were filming something for about the opioid epidemic there, and there was a recovering addict who took us to his old encampment in the woods, and he was showing us where he used to sleep, and this is where I had this fire, and this is where this happened, and this is where this, and all of a sudden, like, someone's coming from like the woods, and it turns out it's his old friend that still lives in the woods, just in like a different place. And like,
Wow.
I was filming the whole thing, and the guy we were filming was like, man, you can come right now with me. We'll go to we'll get you fed, we'll get you,
Yeah.
it's a halfway house, but all you need to do is go to like one meeting a day for like an hour or something like that, and that's it. And you just get you back on your feet. We'll get you a job. And like the guy was like, okay, yeah, I'll do it. And like he's been trying to, like, the social worker's been going out there for months and trying to get this guy. And this actually, I think it had something to do with the cameras too, but I got to film that, and like I actually captured a really special moment.
Wow.
So that was very special. So when you get to capture these really special moments, or when you get to make something look really nice and you're happy with the image, that's what I like. Yeah, I don't know about you, but I'm never 100% happy with what I shoot. It's like, oh, it's almost there. It's like,
if I had extra, or if I had this, no, that's true.
I don't think if you are 100% happy, I don't think you're ever gonna get better or get learn more. I think you'll just be complacent. So I think that's kind of works for us, works for creatives.
That's true. That's true.
To just kind of, yeah.
You mentioned something interesting. I'm not asked on that. Is do you think being in like moments like that, like finding yourself, I find like in this industry, we find ourselves in places that would never normally be in, or in rooms that we never normally be in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I love that.
Do you think on someone who's, you say you have ADHD, do you think this helps like pick the curiosity and just being able to not have the static, like the corporate
rigidity of being in a corporate? Yeah. I mean, I worked corporate jobs for a good 6 years probably. Well, Pixar was 6 years. It was a corporate job, still going into the office before that for a few years. And it's like, nothing makes me happier than going to Palo Alto into an office building, filming all day, and then getting to go home and knowing that I don't have to go back there the next day. It's like, the commute just kills me, or having to do the same thing day in and day out. And like, one day I'm with Tom Guiney down in like Southern California in the desert at a, filming solar panels, in the middle of nowhere, like this huge solar farm. I'm like, I would have never gotten to come in this solar farm. Or I'm in the woods in Charleston getting crazy spider bites, which still itch, by the way. I got to see someone about that. But, oh my God. But, just finding yourself in these locations, like, this is pretty cool, or Mexico, New Zealand, traveling.
Yeah.
Japan. I got to go to Japan for the first time this year. It was super fun. Yeah, it's just finding yourself in these locations or with these certain people and these situations that you would have never done. Yeah. That's what's exciting.
No, I find the same thing. I'm like, you find yourself in places you're like, I have information that probably I've never known about.
Right.
Yeah. If it wasn't just the craft that we are in,
And you have a purpose to go, of course, if someone was like, you want to go see the solar farm in near Palm Springs? I'm like, why?
Why am I going to see this?
Yeah.
You find yourself there like, this is hella cool. I didn't know that about solar. I didn't know that about, how they're built. Like with someone getting into the industry, and you spoke about purpose, intent, and all that. Like, what advice would you give someone coming in terms of how, and the world is changing, but how should they shape how they see themselves coming into the industry or working through the industry?
Well, how should they shape themselves? I think, first of all, just getting into the industry depends on what you want to do. But if you're like wanting to be a DP, I would say just make as much stuff as possible. Just shoot your own stuff. If you're not working on set, just make short little dumb videos. When I worked at Pixar, I know one of the story artists professor at CalArts or whatever was always like, all right, we have like 10,000 bad drawings. Let's get them out of the way. So it's just like the act of making things just gets you better and better. And also like be persistent. I find people who like call me and really are interested in the film industry, like I'm like, great. I'm like, I don't have anything right now, but check back with me, and they'll constantly check back with me.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
this. Did Rowan Baba Gould? I think that's his
I think
last name. Did he ever call
that's
you?
what I just
Yeah,
remembered.
he
Yeah,
was
from you.
like, he was like a really cool guy, and he kept checking in with me, and finally I was like, oh yeah, I got something, and he checked in with everybody too that I knew. Like he must have gone down the list, and and he got like a lot of work, but he just moved to New York City. But he was actually really good. He like memorized my kit like within a day, and he was super helpful and just a super nice guy. But he was really interested in the craft, and he wanted to get into it, and
Willingness to
and
show
yeah,
up.
you don't just make one phone call and like say, well, that person doesn't need me.
Yeah,
Just keep hitting the pavement. Yeah, but
that's
yeah,
hey, that's important. It's like you have to be willing to show up. Just
right.
keep reaching out
Yeah.
because it's never consistent, right? It's like I don't have anything right now for you,
Mm-hmm.
but down the line, like, okay, I remember you. Okay, you had reached out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is an opportunity you can come in for. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
those that drive translates,
Mm-hmm.
right? And for you, so with everything, how do you find balance? Like, how do you stay balanced?
That's hard. That's like one of my intents is always to get more balance. When you're in yoga class, you're like, "What's your intention for the day?"
Do you do yoga?
I'm like, yeah, I'm on and off. But I've been, I get injuries every once in a while, so I'm on a little break right now. But yeah, it's like I'm always like, okay, I need some balance, like, because I don't say no to that many projects. I'm always curious about projects, and sometimes I overextend myself and work too hard, and then I don't have the balance that I'm looking for. So I guess it's someone. I don't know where I heard this, but someone was like, if you're not saying no to like 20% of your work, like you're doing it wrong, or you're not charging enough. I think if you're turning down, if you're not turning down 20% of your work because the client doesn't want to hire you because your rates are too high, then your rates are too low. Does that make sense?
Makes sense.
Yeah, okay.
It makes sense.
So I think that's like balance is just picking the projects that are kind of mean something to you, and not just taking some crazy producer that calls you from New York and has a last minute shoot, and like, you can do it, but like, do you want to do it? What is it for? Like, they're nickel and diming you about this gear stuff, and they really want to use a Sony, but you want to use your Red. It's like, do I want to go rent the Sony from Roy? I don't know if I'm going to go do that. Drive all the way to Oakland. Just kidding. I would totally drive here for you. Right?
No, I hear you.
No, but so then it's like, you got to just, that's where you find balance. It's
That's
like,
how you find balance.
yeah,
Are
just
there any
figuring out.
tools in your toolkit that you do this other than the yoga that you're in and out?
Oh, tools for balance.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think just stay in shape too. Like you gotta.
Okay.
Yeah, you're a runner.
I'm a runner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like to keep my cardio up. I like to work out. I like to be able to move really well. I like I like to sit in a squat for as long as I can. I don't want to be hindered by the fact that I can't move or do something and can't get that shot.
Yeah.
I can't run down the street, or I can't get low with my camera for
Because that's
10
the
minutes
part
if I
most
need
people
to.
forget. It's like our job is manual labor and
Right.
taking care of like the muscles and whatever.
Mhm.
Especially because I find that like half the time we're in the most awkward positions, especially if you're doing handheld.
Right.
Yeah. Because over the years I've been like correcting. Because one hand is stronger than the other. Because if you think about it, the camera is on my shoulder half the time, or like I'm holding it into a weird position. So
Right.
if you're not like lifting just to make sure like both hands have enough strength,
Yeah.
it's like you start getting all these injuries.
Yep.
Yeah.
I've been injured before for sure from working
From
too
working.
long. Yeah. Easy rig on your hips for 8 days straight. All of a sudden, like
Lower back or
or something's like hip gets wonky or something. Yeah.
Yeah. Are you
Or
still
like
using
gripping.
Easy Rig?
Yeah, I still use the Easy Rig a lot. I've had it for years. It's the Cinema 3 with the Flow Cine Serene arm.
Yeah,
I don't use the
I'm the
Varios
same.
yet, but it's great, and it holds my gimbal. Like, game changer for the Ronin. The RS4 Pro. I think I had the RS3, but now I have the RS4 Pro.
Nice.
And it's just like amazing, just to be able to have that flexibility.
And the wrists.
Wrists are good. Oh, I used to have this grip on my Red camera that was like I just would hold it so hard. I didn't realize that, and then after my wrist would get like super. I had some problems with my thumb. I think it was like
really?
locking up. Yeah.
Oh, because
Yeah.
of the just the
gripping
weight
it, gripping
too,
it
like
so
your
hard. So you
grip
have
is
to
so
you
hard.
have to really know how to work too. I think like occupational therapy is like figure it out.
Yeah,
Like
it's
figure
true.
out how to work safe and effectively with your manual labor.
How,
Like kettlebells, it's great to learn how to pick up gear, and farmer carries. To walk through the airport for. And
So
wherever
is that-
it's from Singapore from one terminal
is that
to the
your
next. It's
exercise?
like,
Yeah, like
I mean, to be able to, to have that muscle memory or to have that strength, to be able to do simple things like that, it's like kind of important.
have you seen those videos of like the type of, I think it's filming, like it's scenes that they film of someone working out, but the exercise looks very weird.
Yeah.
To the rest, it's like snowboarding exercises. You're
right.
doing specific whatever. But when you look at it, you're like, what are they doing?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Seen that.
Until now, you see the actual what exercise leads to this
Right.
because they're probably in certain positions.
Mm-hmm.
So when you say that, I thought of probably seeing you with, just holding
walking
back.
with it.
Why is
walking
this guy
back and
just
forth with
walking back and
kettlebells.
forth with this?
Right.
Or like lifting one.
Yeah.
You're like, yep, it's just how to get the camera on the shoulder.
Exactly.
Or like just holding a camera, just
I don't put my camera on my shoulder though, Roy.
you don't?
No, I tried it for a little bit.
It didn't work.
I didn't like it that much.
But you have an easy rig.
I have an easy
Easy
rig.
rig, you do it this way.
Yeah.
I have something I like, even though I've had injuries because it's especially if the plate sits on your.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had
Right.
my neck locked.
I had
and stuff like
the whole Zacuto rig, which was pretty nice, but
that.
didn't.
No.
I didn't. You know how you have to meld with your gear? You kind of have to like be one with it. I
Yeah.
never was one with that.
So you're more hold it close to your chest.
Yeah, if I'm an easy rig, I'll just hold it into my chest, or I have the sack, the
Yeah.
city saddle thing.
Yeah.
It's like I like that a lot because
That
it's
makes
really
sense.
steady.
Yeah.
But Werner Herzog was always like, you must look through the eyepiece, don't look at the screen, and you must put it on your shoulder. I tried that. I'm like, I don't like that.
Are you an
Sorry.
eyepiece guy or like a
No, I
monitor
tried
guy?
it for a while.
Yeah.
Not really.
No.
No, I like
Okay.
looking at the screen.
What screen are you on? A
That's good.
Small HD? What?
Small HD, 7-inch.
Are you
whatever
using the
that's in.
original red one, or you just moved that to the side, or is this?
I'm using the red one, the Red Touch.
The red touch.
The Red
and then
Touch
you add
7-inch.
another monitor on it.
I used to on my old ones because the red monitors were like really small,
Yeah, the
and then I would have a bigger one on it
yes,
too.
Yes.
That wasn't touch, but no,
Yes.
on the V Raptor, it's the Red Touch is made by Small HD, controls everything on the red, so it just plugs in with one little cable called an RMI cable,
Yeah. I think
and no other
Noah has
connections.
one.
It powers it and gets connected. It's really nice.
Okay, no,
It's great.
that's pretty.
And it's Small HD, so you can do all the Small HD things on it.
It's a hybrid, so you can be able to.
I
see
don't.
whatever.
It was like 2750. Yeah, for the
That's not bad,
came with the
especially for
red.
travel and all that.
fine. It's just the price you pay for.
That's true.
Yeah.
I've tried to compress my camera.
I mean, Reds are so much cheaper than ARRI, so
They are
there you go. Still
Yeah.
saving money.
still saving money.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but yeah, no, I still shoot on the red as much as I can.
Yeah.
On projects. I haven't done it in a long time, but because everything that I'm shooting, it's either, that's a funny part. It's either the ARRI or the Sony, the FX9s.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of basic corporate stuff is all FX9s, and the images look good.
Right.
And then for other projects, if we could shoot everything on ARRI, we would.
Yeah.
It just looks
Right.
good, and it's easy to operate and
Yeah.
work with. And also our accessories are very ecosystem built on the ARRI. So
But if so do clients ask for specific cameras a lot, or do you just kind of choose?
not much, but it's also based on project.
Mm.
I think there's a level of looking at it as, and I don't know about you, but sometimes I try to understand what the project needs, and then I outfit the camera to it, right? Because there's some cases of like the camera needs to be moving a lot. So we have the DJI, the Ronin 4D,
Oh.
which is really cool.
Cool.
Right? It's like your shots are just moving around, and we're doing like a whole bunch of B-roll,
Mhm.
right? I want to be comfortable too at the same time, and also give you more and have the flexibility to do that. And cameras like those are the ones like, okay, we invested in that just so we can be able to do that, right? It's a basic sit-down interview. What's the shelf life on the project?
Mhm.
Okay. Control lighting, like just elements like those are like thought process of what does the project need, right? Also some of the content, what is the shelf life, right?
Mhm.
So all those factoring in and seeing, okay, how do we be able, what would be the best tool for this? Okay, we can be able to put that there.
Mhm.
And again, budget too, right? That's the biggest thing of everything, right? Is the budget. Sometimes it's risky when the client, especially if they're not in the industry, trying to give you advice on what camera to use.
Right.
It can get a little bit of a slippery slope because, and now it's a little different, but producers would ask for, hey, we want, let's say, a red. You're like, yes, I can give you a red. What's your media management? What's your editor? Do they
Mhm.
understand how to use red files?
Right.
Do you have drives that can actually save all these files that you're trying to shoot on?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Because you get those calls after, like, why are these files so big? It's like you asked for red,
Mhm.
right? Or you're like, hey, we're just trying to turn this project around really quick.
Right.
Okay, then we can do probably ProRes on the red camera.
Yeah.
Right, not have to go. But like understanding what their need is too, I think is part of the process of the tool. Then, and that's a difference. Like, okay, I have this kit, so this kit works for everything that we're doing.
What do you like to shoot on the most? Do you like to shoot on the Alexa 35? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I just find it
Mhm.
it just looks good out the gate.
Mhm. Yep.
So it's
Totally. By the way, I have a whole little email that I send out to every person that I hand off red footage to about how to import red footage,
You
how
see,
to
you're
apply the
smart,
LUT,
man.
because people don't know. No one knows how to do it.
And you get those calls, right?
They drag and drop the footage into Premiere, and then it doesn't work because it splits it out into. Then I get the calls. Yeah, I just got a call from a very seasoned editor who completely destroyed a project. Like, I shot on 2 cameras for the interviews, and everything was time code synced, and he couldn't sync up the cameras. Like, literally, while I was talking on the phone, I had the footage still, and I did it all in about 3 minutes.
Okay.
I think it took him a full day he burned through a full editing day of
Putting the
he didn't read
files
my
together.
email about the thing, and didn't
I was like, I got it. Yeah. No, that's usually the challenge.
I was
right?
like, I was really mad only because I take a lot of care and time to get these 2 shots, and because he couldn't sync up the cameras, or because he couldn't figure out the second camera foot. It's like he just was like, and he's going to the client, and the client's a director, and the client's like, if you can't figure it out, I guess don't worry about it. B-cam's not really.
Oh no.
I'm like,
That's what used to get me about, especially like
so
red footage.
yeah.
And I have editor friends, and that's a conversation I usually have. It's like sometimes if you don't understand what that is, it's not that the project was done wrong. Just ask us, we'll tell you.
Right.
Right. Before you go pinging the client, and
Yeah,
then it
no.
becomes a fire that was never a fire.
Right.
Right. It's like half of these things are just simple. It's like,
It's pretty simple, but it's also tricky. Like, that's the
It
thing
is.
about Red. I don't know why you can't just drag and drop the footage in there, or do Command I to import it. You can't do that.
hopefully
you-
Nikon will make it happen. Do you want to
Go
give them
through
a pledge?
go through Media Browser, import your Red footage that way. That's all
Is
you
that
need to do.
is that the email?
It's a little more involved, but yeah,
Okay.
I'll
What
send
is
it
what?
out.
Give us
You
a
want me to send
basic. Yeah.
Yeah, go through Premiere Pro,
Okay.
Shift 8, Media Browser. Find your footage on your hard drive. Then you can drag it from Media Browser into your project. And then, if you want to apply a LUT, don't put the LUT on the timeline clips. Drop the LUT. You can drop the LUT on all of the clips in the project panel on your footage at one time.
That's it.
I'll send you the email. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And
That
then
is genius.
that's pretty much it. And then I edit in a 4K timeline, and I do fit to frame, not scale to frame. You fit all
Fit
the
to
clips to frame. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
3840, 2160 if you're doing 16:9. Or the anamorphic one was really tricky with the 4 cameras I was telling you about.
Oh yeah.
Because those Blazar lenses are 1.33 anamorphic, but red setting only has 1.3, so you have to nudge it up 2.3%, make it a little wider. And so I had to tell the editor all this stuff, and I was like, but the footage was coming in to the sequence as like anamorphic pixels, and I'm like, you have to change the sequence settings to square pixels, and then you can. It was a rough one, but yeah, luckily I know what I'm talking about. So I figured
that's the other part.
I
think we have to. That's what I realized we had to do is understand how our image works on the other side, so we can explain this.
Plus, I think like having. Did you edit when you first started shooting?
A little bit. Yeah.
I think like I edited a lot, and I still do. I still take projects at the end, and I'll clean them up, but like understanding how to edit projects while you're shooting is really important, because you know what you're shooting for. You know what that you can kind of edit in your head as you're going along.
And I think it makes you a smart shooter.
Yeah, especially with your own footage, you're like, okay, I know this is going to work out because I'm just going to grab this clip. I'm going to shoot in 120 frames a second here, and then I'll do regular speed here, and and with interviews too, you kind of you know when you get stuck on interviews, and you're like, crap, I wish I had him said that. I wish I would have had them said that shorter.
That's the hardest part.
Right. But I use 11 Labs now. It's a little secret to fix interviews. Yeah, or if they like have like mush mouth or something, when sometimes people are talking and they're just like this, they're saying like something really fast and you can't understand them, and they're not saying Sauvignon Blanc really crisp and clear, or something like that.
Go to 11 Labs.
11 Labs, that shit. Yeah, works great. Saves an interview.
That's a good transition of what do you think of AI?
I like AI. Yeah.
What are you using?
I'm just using Topaz, and I'm using 11 Labs.
Okay.
And I'm not even using Topaz that much, to be honest. I use
Topaz, the up-res one?
Yeah. So I up-resed. I did my own little doc on this surfer guy in Hawaii who started a nonprofit helping people it's called Adaptive Maui, so helping people with like they're like missing two legs be able to like go figure out how to surf. And then he sent me like a lot of like really low res photos, and I put them in Photoshop or Topaz, and I used like the neural engine and up-res them. So that's really nice for archival stuff, to be able to up-res photos.
Yeah.
But I haven't used any video. I did try the other day. A client was like, I want that pizza crust to be darker. And I was like, oh crap. Like I already shot the thing, and I didn't want to I thought maybe I could run it through Sora or something. And
how did that go?
That didn't work out very well. No. I'm not there yet with I mean, maybe I could figure it out, but I think, I didn't even use DaVinci. I just used Lumetri. Just put some like a mask in it.
And then
made it orange. Yeah. Just turned the orange slider up.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. I looked pretty good. I did more care than that, but that's my next I think maybe in the next like 2 weeks, because I don't have any shoots now. I think I'm going to sit down with DaVinci Resolve and like figure some stuff out, like the very basics of it.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times clients, they were like, it looks fine, it's fine, and they don't want to spring for color, even though colorists they're fast and pretty cheap. Some colors are cheap these days. Like I don't think you don't have to pay like $5,000 for a 30-second spot anymore.
No.
So I want to kind of figure that out for clients who don't want to spend the money, but I really just want that project to look nice.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'm not going to put it on my reel. I'm not going to put it on my website.
True.
I'm just like, I'm not proud of that. I don't want that.
The color finish helps, and a lot of clients don't see the value. They're like, we are ready. For us, we have to figure out how to squeeze that time in, because I'm like, I really want to send this to color, man. Just give me a day, man, or just give me whatever, just so I can send it to a colorist just to look at it and, just do that finish. Yeah. I've taken a lot of color classes, but I think it's time. Yeah, I took a ton of them, but I think it's time.
Yeah.
Just to
at least know the language a little bit, yeah. And if you can just pop it in there, because I mess with Lumetri a lot, but it's not the same.
It's not the same.
Yeah, I think if you're fast at DaVinci Resolve, I think you could probably make something look pretty good in an hour or so. Like way better than how it was delivered, and then the client will be like, "Oh, that does look better.
It does look better.
Nice, yeah."
So with all the projects that you're doing, what's next for you? Or like, what is your big picture or the direction?
I am gonna shoot more narratives, I think.
That's the goal.
Yeah. I'm gonna do
Okay.
some more. We're gonna do I'll do a feature eventually.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I think that's what I'm just thinking about.
I've
I
been
like
seeing
narratives.
some cool stuff from you too. The you're doing stuff for Pete's,
Oh yeah, I was doing Pete's.
and then
Tabletop stuff for Pete's.
those are product.
Those are products like the capsules for the Nespresso machines
Yeah.
or a new coffee blend for the summer, or they have a recipe or something like that. Yeah.
So what is your process for that? Because I know you used to shoot a lot in your kitchen too.
That's
like
in my
on-
kitchen. Yeah.
Wait, that was in your kitchen?
That was in my kitchen. Yeah.
Okay, I
Yeah.
remember you used to
Yeah.
shoot a lot.
Or
even back
in my
the day.
living room or my dining room or
So
whatever. I mean,
how
I
do
used
you-
to have a space where I could shoot stuff.
Yes.
And I had a couple spaces. But one was a bigger space I share with other people, and they moved out, so I moved out. The other one was great, but the roof leaked, and it was an old building that a developer bought that they weren't going to fix because they were going to tear it down, so I had to move out of that. So now I shoot out of my house mainly.
What is your process
so-
like thinking through
Yeah.
setup, lighting, or just camera?
Well, the Pete stuff, I hired Luke to come in because he shoots on all the new Godox stuff. It's really cool. So, and I just wanted that to look really nice. And then I shoot a lot of products like Diet Cherry Coke or something. So my setup for that, it was like I'll get like 5 products to shoot, and I'll do it in like 2 days. And a lot of times I don't have the money to hire a huge crew. So and I kind of know how to light these things. So I'll just use like, is that what you want to know? My lighting setup or my camera setup or whatever?
Tell us.
Yeah. I kind of just I kind of wing it. I kind of, I storyboard. I'm like, okay, this is 15 seconds. I need about 6 shots.
Okay.
I know the 6 shots I want to get. I need
Okay.
to get the hero shot. I need to get the family, whatever, the beauty shot. But then what's the product? How are we going to make it look really cool? We were filming Diet Cherry Coke, which is, it was just out for the summer or something, but I used the probe lens and my slider, and I pushed it through all the Cokes, and, I did the slow-mo pouring stuff and everything. But and then I was doing the energy drink, and we're kind of just we think about stuff on the fly, like what could be cool. And you see these studios that are like with motion control robots and all this really cool stuff that people are doing. I don't have that at my disposal. So I'm like, what can I do with the tools available to me? I've got my probe lens. I've got my red camera. I can shoot 480 frames a second if I need to. And so I do that. And I have a lot of lights and lots of different colors and seamless backdrops and whatever, and surfaces. So
You have control.
yeah, and we'll just try some fun stuff. I'm like, let's take these, let's take the cherries and we'll throw them up in the air. I'll film like 480 frames a second, and then I'll, it looks pretty good, And you see us behind the scenes. It's just like me and my kids are just like. Then the last one, it was Anton and my daughter Nico, and we were just we were doing the energy drink thing, and just like it was in a plastic bottle, and we were just like bouncing it off the counter. And we were just doing that just a bunch of times. We tried to make like a puddle thing so it would splash and everything. It didn't work out
And
that
then you
well.
grab it.
And then we're trying to like toss it in the air. That didn't work. So we're like, let's just bounce it. So we just were bouncing the plastic bottle. And one of them, it's just like the bottle bounced, and then it just did this like on its edge. It just did a pirouette like around like this, and a 40 frames a second. It's like, how did you get I'm looking at them like, how did we get that shot? Like it's just like spinning on an axis. I'm like, is there a fishing line in there? It's not on a, but it just looks.
Oh, you bounced and then just.
We just bounced it, and it just turned. It just went
man.
boing. It just spun around real quick. It went boing, and it fell. But
You had it at 480.
at 480,
Yeah.
it just looks like it was intentional. So, yeah. So we just play. We just have fun and
kinda
play
cool,
around.
though.
Yeah.
It's good. Family time.
And then it's
filming.
like, oh crap! It's 8 o'clock at night.
It's 8 o'clock. It's
Been
like
messing around with this stuff too much. Yeah.
That's
Those kind of things are fun.
That's
Just to
kinda cool.
make do with what you have at your disposal. You see those Instagram. There's like the girl who shot. I made a spray commercial in my dorm room,
Oh,
and she does. I mean, when she takes a Sprite, she splits them, and she does a lot of post production stuff. But
that's.
not a real Sprite commercial. But
I guess
Yeah,
that's the
so-
advantage of the red.
what's that?
The advantage.
advantage of the red,
It's
yeah,
like
yeah,
You can
yeah.
get a lot out
Do you
of
have?
it.
I want to buy a robot though, a motion control robot.
You actually, that's where I was gonna go. I think you had pinged me about one.
Oh yeah, I did. We needed to. We were like pitching a job for a tea company.
Did you end up
No, they
finding
didn't
one
want
in
to
the Bay?
spend the money, so they
But
went
did
with.
you find one?
I found
Out
it
of
cool
LA?
in LA. Yeah, yeah. It looked great. It would have been a really good commercial, but we wanted to go from like scene to scene, do like different seasons and and set up like a whole thing. And this one was on a track. It would have been really cool. And they just did. Yeah, I saw the final product and I was like, oh, yeah, that doesn't look that good.
It's that it didn't go.
Whatever. No.
Yeah, no, I mean, I love the
Yeah.
that arm, but also what I'm realizing, the pricing is getting low, so it's gonna.
I know
get,
it's
gonna get better.
Right, it'll get better.
Before
There's
I was
already
like-
people selling cheap ones. I'm like, I'm not gonna buy a cheap one yet.
Yeah, I
Wait
think
for
it's
them to
gonna
get
get
better.
the tech is gonna get better and better.
Right.
Yeah, at some point I'd love to have one here just to play with. It'd be cool.
Right. That would be fun. I mean, it's fun to see what people are doing with like the gimbals and Sony cameras. Like you see those like hyperlapse shots where people are like, they just walk at like a normal speed and then they'll stop on a product or something. And
Yes,
like,
yes,
just do
yes,
this
yes,
thing. Yeah, so
yes.
you can hyperlapse and then
You can hyperlapse
yeah.
and no.
Yeah, like it's
We're getting
people are
innovative
creative
now.
Yeah.
We're getting creative.
I know.
And I think that there's more tools to the trade, right? You have
Right.
gimbals, you have all these tools that now are affordable than what it was before.
You can never do that stuff before.
No, we
Right.
cannot. It would have cost us a lot of money.
Right.
Remember movies, how much they cost? Now, half the price.
Right. Yep.
Just to do the
Drones.
same
I know.
thing.
I was an
Drones.
early adopter of drones. I was like, yeah, I
still flying?
invested. Yep. I just bought a Mavic 4 Pro.
Did you get the 4?
Mm-hmm.
Man, I want to sell
It's on
mine to
sale.
get that.
B&H.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
I was about to go to Canada just to get it.
They have it on B&H.
Now they have it, but
Yeah.
you remember they couldn't sell it.
Right, I know.
Now is when they just started.
Yeah.
I was like,
You have to go to the Canada website of DJI to download the LUT because they don't have it on the US website.
what?
Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
And I was actually reading that today. I'm gonna do like just a write up on it because now we are back to the DJI US fight.
Oh, they're still fighting?
Now it's actually.
As soon as I heard
think
that on the
they've
news,
escalated it now.
that was the only excuse I needed. It was like, what, a week ago? Like, I read it, a headline popped up. It was like, DJ or U.S. bans drone, all new drone
Because
sales.
DJI did their
So I went
statements
right to B&H. I was like,
buy.
boop. Yeah.
Before,
I was like,
okay.
I'm lucky. I got the last one.
I got
No.
the last one. Did you just get the last one?
It went
Okay.
on sale 2 days later after I bought it. But
I hope they
B&H
don't-
gave me the difference.
I hope they don't
Very
ground
nice.
us though.
I still have my
That's my only
Mavic 2. That's like, what do you call it? Uncorked? I don't know. What do you call it when it's not bound to anything?
Bound to any.
Yeah.
How are they still doing that though?
It's not registered. It's not.
That used to be the good
You can
days.
fly anywhere. I know because
That's what used to be the man.
Right.
Now is you fly mine anywhere. It's just like
Yeah.
now that I have the 3 or the one you have is a 4, so I have the
Yeah.
3 Pro.
you
I
say,
like
oh,
the
Pro.
SSD, the internal SSD. That's pretty good. The drone.
This one has it too, but
My only pain was, and that's why I really wanted to get the 3, which I have now, was like especially shooting trees or going through trees, all that moray. It's like you have a beautiful shot,
Yeah.
and then it just looks like
Gets
rain.
crunchy.
It's like yes.
you have this. You have the ProRes one. The
No,
same?
now I have
Oh.
the 3 was like I'm home.
Oh, okay.
You know,
okay,
like
good.
I'm
yeah,
flying
yeah,
it.
yeah.
You know, it was just like, and also they switched to the Hasselblad
Yeah.
lenses.
Well, when I started flying drones, I didn't go with DJI at first because I didn't want to use those crappy cameras. I wanted to put my Sony A7S1 on a gimbal and fly my little Sony camera.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
And so
You
I
were
did.
bold.
Yeah, there was a company called X Pro Heli in Bend, Oregon.
Yes.
They went out of business because I had to buy a PC just so I could calibrate the gimbal. It took 30 minutes to get the gimbal. Like, you couldn't just whip it out of the case and fly it. It's like, it took forever to get that thing going. And and then I bought a custom one off this guy in San Francisco that I met at NAB like 10 years ago.
Okay.
The guy was a major asshole. Took him a year to build it. And by the time he built it,
Wait, a year?
yeah,
Oh, man.
and if you mention this guy's name, I'm not going to say it now, but people would be like, "Oh, I know that guy."
You know that
Oh,
guy. Okay.
oof.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a disaster. But I did fly I flew my what was it before the Dragon? What was it called? It was the Epic something. I don't know. I flew that big old
Epic
red
W?
Epic W. Yeah, I
Yeah,
flew that
Epic
on
W,
it.
yeah.
A couple flights.
Okay.
I was thinking getting into heavy lift drone operating for a while.
Now's the opportunity.
No, I'm just totally happy with Mavic 4 Pro. It's awesome.
So you got it with the SSD.
It comes. I think the
Comes built in.
I think there's like
Because they had two versions,
4.
right?
Yeah.
They had
I didn't get the more expensive one with the bigger screen. I just got
I love that screen.
I know it's nice, but I wanted to just throw it in my. I wanted to travel with it.
Your current one doesn't. It
has a screen, but it's not the. It's not now. There's one with a bigger screen that's like 1,000 nits and it folds.
Oh
up and
no,
out.
no.
Yeah.
No, just
Yeah.
a regular screen.
Yeah,
I'm
just
good
the
with
regular
it.
one.
I just need one thing I hated was my phone having
Oh,
to
yeah.
be plugged in every single
No.
time. I like the dedicated
It has a screen in the controller.
turn it on screen I can see and just
Right.
operate.
Right. Yeah.
Um,
No, I did some test flights with it yesterday.
You did?
It looks pretty good.
It's pretty
It's
good.
going to be nice. Yeah.
Have you done the rotating, just pushing through and
Yeah. I wanted to. I was curious about the zoom lens on it.
Yeah.
So it looks pretty good. I would
It
go
does?
I would go with the mid-length one. I can't remember what their
Mid-
focal length is.
you can tell like once it goes to that lens,
It looks
even
a
on
little.
the 3,
The contrast,
there's a little
contrast
It
changes. A
changes.
lot, right?
And I think it lowers the resolution.
Yeah. Well, you have
think-
you have to shoot a 4K.
Yeah.
You can shoot a 6K on the wide one, but
Okay, that's good.
there's a lot of fun videos out there.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've been eyeing that drone. I was like, maybe we could set up a vacation in Canada and then come back with it.
You can literally get it on B&H right now. I'll sit
No.
here and wait while you order it.
What
Use your Paybu card. You don't have to pay tax.
Paybu
Yeah,
card.
your Paybu credit card.
You have
We'll
that?
do a little promotion for B&H. Yeah, it's like remember they didn't charge you sales tax for such a
Yeah.
long time. It was New York, and then to keep their customers, they partnered with like Synchrony Bank or something to have a special
Yeah.
credit card.
I
If
like
you got the
that
credit card,
actually.
then you wouldn't have to pay sales tax on any of your items.
And you don't get taxed even by California because it's coming to California.
They get taxed, but the credit card company banks on the fact that you're not going to pay your balance in time. So I'm sure they're still making money because they're paying the tax for you. But
Man, I could have used a Paybu card.
Paybu.
Paybu.
Get your Paybu.
I thought you were
Get
saying
your Paybu
Paybu card.
Paybu.
You know, I was
No,
like,
save
I
your tax,
gotta pay
B&H.
my boo, man. I can't
No,
skip on
Paybu.
that.
No. What's up? You want to talk about anything else?
No.
Okay.
I think
We could talk
that's-
about stuff all day long, but
No, that was beautiful, honestly. Like just the getting, and I'm glad you actually made it here.
yeah, me
you know,
too.
Finally,
I mean, it was.
I think I hit you up a while back. I was like,
You
I
did.
gotta
I
get
appreciate
you.
that.
But half the
Yeah.
time, I'm like, this dude is all over the.
I like watching your
world.
clips of people who are coming here. And,
Oh, you do?
yeah,
Okay.
it's cool.
Oh yeah. So
I don't know. There was that one guy who was just like, man, if you like your job, you don't work a day in your life. I don't know who that
Which
guy
one
was.
is
I don't
that?
know.
Who was that?
That was some clip I saw in there.
Oh, Alexis, the guy with the suit.
Maybe did he have a suit? I don't know.
He's
You know a lot of
photographer.
people.
He was
oh,
a
okay.
really cool photographer. You should check his stuff out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a bummer about like now. It's like I don't work with any DPs anymore. But in the beginning, it was
That's
just
because
like
you're so big, you know.
no.
You don't
What's
even-
like you can't like what do you? How
You know,
many
some of
DPs
us-
does one job need now? Before it was like we all had 5Ds. You could just
That is
it'd be
true.
like-
all DVs with all cameras.
all you do is you go out like it was just two. I went with Jason, or I'd go with you, or I'd go with Win or
Yeah, that's
Owen, and
true.
we'd go with our 5Ds and our couple lights that we had between us and
That
our
is true.
sound kit, and
Yep.
we go like film stuff.
Yep.
And now
One of us is running sound,
right.
and then the rest are shooting.
Yeah, or shooting two cameras at the
Or
same time.
combining
or
all the
whatever.
cameras and
yeah,
we go.
Exactly.
That's no. I miss those days. Those were good. They were good collaborative days.
Yeah.
But now going back to even the narrative, we gotta
Mhm.
figure. Like just collaboration is still gonna be there.
Yeah.
And we still. I think it's all of us. We still all cam operate as long as we're on set. So
Mm-hmm.
if you need a cam op, you can always let me
Yeah,
know.
that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, we do. It's the same thing. It's like even with Jason, it's like I think we did some. That's the last time I used my red
Mm-hmm.
was with Jason because he's still on the red
Mhm.
wagon too.
Yep.
And I think from what we're talking about, he just got the ZR.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
Okay.
he got it.
Okay, cool.
Um,
I've been thinking about it. But my Komodo's, like I
But
said.
you already have two.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
this third one.
I don't know. I've got the
Overhead
I
or
got the
putting
Canon
for food.
R5 too for the third angle. Sometimes I have to film in markets where it's like really low pro. You can't be
Oh,
can't
low
be carrying
profile, so
it.
you get
Yeah,
that.
yeah. You don't
The
have permits or
R5?
anything. You have a little R5. Yeah.
Well, the red is small. The router.
It's pretty small, but it still looks like a video camera.
Oh, 'cause
Like
of the
when you
boxes.
need to
Oh,
go,
because the LCD pulls
you
out.
need to
this
go
one.
into a space where they don't allow video cameras on tripods, and you don't pull permits. Like Times Square is a good example, but there's a lot of places like that where Santa Monica Farmers Market or something, like they don't want to pull a permit to film there, so you go with your little like
You look
point and
prosumer kind
shoot
of thing.
camera. Yeah. The ZR would be good for that actually.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. But yeah. Is there anything else that I didn't ask you that you think we should share?
I don't know. I
Okay.
don't think so.
Let
Yeah.
me. This is my last question to you
Okay.
because we are also doing food stuff over here.
Mhm.
What is your connection, or just your connection with food, like on filming food?
Like
Because you've done a lot of
Yeah.
food shows.
Mhm.
How do you approach that, or are you working on also understanding especially when you're filming internationally on different cultures and
Mhm.
food? What is your thought process on food and culture? And this is just not even on
What's my thought process on food and culture?
food and culture.
Like
even from the
from a
travel
filming-
shows that you do, from the filming perspective, and also
Yeah.
from the understanding. Like
Mhm.
your, you grew up here,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
I'm sure you experienced the culture, but
Right.
when you travel and the experience of food and culture in all these places that you go to,
Mhm. I like it. I like
do
my
you see a
experience.
connection there? Like, how does food influence culture?
Oh, does food influence culture?
Yes, or vice versa.
Oh, that's a big question. That's not in the camera world, is it? That's
It's
a
a
bigger question.
experience, travel experience
Does
perspective.
food influence culture? Like if I'm going to Thailand and I'm filming, like I went to Vietnam
Yeah.
in January
Exactly.
and I filmed a lot of great food.
Okay.
And does it influence the culture in
Or is
back
there a
here, or is
connection?
it
Even
back,
just there.
like in Vietnam?
Yeah.
I'm not sure I know how to answer that question.
No? Now you'll
yeah.
start thinking about it the next place you go.
Yeah.
I'm just
Like, give me an
curious.
example of how,
No,
what
because
would you think?
for us as Kenyans,
Yeah.
like, like we're doing a cooking show with
Yeah.
Nanu,
Mhm.
right? So we did season 1. I think did I
Okay.
send it
Yeah.
to you?
Yeah. I didn't. Yeah.
So we've done season 2, and we're exploring different countries
Okay.
through food.
Right.
So it's the understanding of a country, but through the food that they actually have in those countries, right?
Right. That makes sense about the what they grow, the crops they grow, the
exactly,
wheat,
exactly.
the meat.
And what is a connection to that,
Right.
or like what kind of dishes come out of that?
Right. That is interesting. I do like the history of food, and I film a lot of I film with the Culinary Institute of America a lot, so that they're
Yeah.
always exploring ideas and going down that path of exploration about food and culture. So a lot of times I'm just paying attention to my camera and seeing if the shot
Okay.
looks good. So I don't really.
I'm just curious.
No.
I was just curious.
No, I'm really I like the diaspora of food, of people. It's really interesting how food gets from one area to another. The food in the United States, where it comes from, and how we think of food. It's just like, and the chefs. I mean, it's really kind of mind-boggling sometimes, and just to think. Like it's just an energy source that we need to survive, but it's become such a huge part of our lives, more than just like, okay, I just need to eat this so I can live, and then go, do whatever, go do my work. Yeah. So I'm really thinking about that a lot, and I'm thinking about chefs too, who they're very passionate about their jobs. Most chefs, they're kind of like, they remind me of like people in the camera department or production sets too, or just really, or directors or DPs really into the craft. Chefs are just like, they're locked in. They
Yeah.
are just, and the good chefs are, and they, there's some chefs who are bitter and want to just get out of the business because it's hard.
It is. The burnout is real.
But you see the creativity coming out of some of these people, and it's just really inspiring. And what foods they're taking from their own cultures, and where they're getting the inspirations from, because it goes back generations and generations, or this culture brought this, the chili peppers here, and that's why we're using the chili peppers here, and then the noodles came from here, or this comes from, so it's interesting to see all of the history of food come together, and getting to film that is really kind of special, and getting to film those stories is really, it's really neat.
No, I just thought I would ask.
Yeah.
Just your perspective on that.
Yeah, and I get to eat a lot of the food.
You get to eat a lot of good
A lot of it's cold. unfortunately, that I filmed because then I have to
it's
we get
been
to eat
sitting.
that.
You
It's been
filmed
sitting
it,
around for a
you
little
waited
while.
it out,
Yeah.
and now it's.
I try to film it real fast. I'm like, let's go.
Let's
get
go.
this
Just
done.
Get this done so I can
Get the beauty shot.
just
Yeah.
get to it.
No, we go out to eat a lot too on the shoots. Yeah.
Appreciate you.
Mhm.
I'm gonna wrap the show.
Yeah. Let's
But
wrap it
before I
up.
wrap the show, I would love at least to get a proper intro from you.
Okay. Let's do it.
I'm gonna cue the show,
Uh huh.
and then I'm gonna direct it to you to give us a proper introduction
Okay.
to Keston and Keston
Okay.
TV, Keston's world. You know.
Right.
We'll
see. We can try it once or twice. We'll see how it goes.
This. You know how we all do it.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the show, we all warmed up.
Yo,
and
what's up?
ready.
This is Keston, Keston.tv. Like that, smash that subscribe, hit that like button. Yo, we're here with Roy Wanguhu. Roy, what's up? Tell me about yourself. Like that.
There you go.
Okay.
That is the opening of the show.
Tinkle that ding bell. Smash that like button.
You can tell you watch a lot.
Push that subscribe.
Give
Okay,
us
go on,
one
let's
more
go,
of
let's
that,
go, let's
'cause
go.
that's what I'm gonna use for the ending of this show. But let me.
Okay.
I'm gonna intro. Welcome back to the show. Keston,
That's all he's got.
That's all I got. Keston, what you got?
What do I got?
I
Welcome.
actually have to
Your
do a
intro.
transition,
Intro the
right?
thing. Welcome.
I kind of do a breaking point, right?
Yeah.
For the show. Okay, that was good. Welcome back to the show.
Oh, welcome back. That's all you needed to say. Welcome back to the show.
Yeah, because we're gonna break it into two at some point.
Okay. Gotcha.
And then,
What's the intro you want to do? Hey, I'm here with Keston.
yeah.
Hey, I'm
You
here
know-
with Roy Wanguhu. Thanks for having me in, Roy. Appreciate that. Thanks for having me. Thanks for
Oh,
having
you're
me.
welcome, Keston.
Thanks. No, do the intro. Go ahead.
I'll do the
Okay,
intro.
go ahead.
And then,
Okay.
okay. Welcome to the show. I'm Roy Wanguhu, and this is Balancing Acts. And today, our guest is Keston. I'm going to have him introduce himself so we can do he can tell us all the great work that he's been working on.
I'm Keston Migdal,
Yes.
and I've done a lot of great work. Thanks for mentioning that. Thanks for thinking of me. No, I'm Keston Migdal. I've been a DP for maybe 15 years now. It's kind of like my second career. Roy and I worked together way back when, so I'm excited to talk to you about that. Dig into some details about filming, what we've been working on, gear. I want to talk about it all today. So let's get started.
Thank you, Keston. You see, Keston does it better than I do on my own intro. All
Now
right.
that I know what we already talked about, so
Now you know how to close it.
yeah.
But I'll just open it, DP, just DP, no DP director. Should I put that in? Or just DP?
I would say like,
DP.
you want me to just
Okay.
intro myself real
No,
quick?
I will. I need to cue it.
Oh,
I
okay.
just want.
I would say
You know,
just
'cause
DP.
I
I didn't.
feel-
I mean, I directed out of necessity,
Okay.
but
okay.
yeah,
I will put that cinematographer extraordinaire.
cinematographer extraordinaire.
Extraordinaire, making all the magic in the
That's
bay
right.
and in the world.
Yeah.
Welcome to the show. I'm Roy. This is Balancing Acts, and today my guest is Kesten Migdal, an amazing cinematographer for over so many decades. Is it
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe a decade and
maybe
a
a
half.
decade and a half? Let me try that one more time.
Yeah, you really flubbed that,
I did.
bro.
I did. You see, I fed
Get
off of what
going.
you told me. I don't have timelines.
Just say Keston and I'll do the
No,
little
I just
introduction.
mean like in general.
Oh, you don't? In general,
don't
you
know.
don't have timelines? Oh,
Like
yeah.
you remember things like dates and
I
stuff.
remember markers in chapters in life because that's a good like chapter marker.
You're
I think.
like 2008. I'm like, I
Yeah.
don't know when that
Yeah.
was. I was like, damn.
You remember your kid's birthday though, probably.
I
Barely.
when I go to Kaiser and they ask me, I'm like, what you got? I know roughly where it is. Like, just give me the exact date. Welcome to the show. This is Balancing Acts. I'm Roy Wanguhu, and today my guest is Kesten Migdal, an amazing cinematographer here in the Bay and all across the world. Traveled a lot, over 15 years in the industry. And one of the reasons why I have Keston here is we've known each other, worked together at the beginning, and now we're still collaborators. And our journeys are all different, and I would love Keston to share his journey on how he got to where he is, how he's finding balance, and how he's staying creative in the industry. And I will let Keston also just do an introduction. I did a brief one, but I know he has a lot to say.
What's happening? Balancing act. I'm Keston Migdal. And I started my DP journey about 15 years ago. I worked in production on and off since I graduated college. And I realized I wanted to be a DP as soon as I put a camera in my hands. You know, like I left my corporate job, Pixar. I picked up a camera right away to just film some projects, some personal projects, and I was like, yeah, this is what I want to do. And once I got hired, it was game over. I'm like, yeah, how could I not be doing this? You know, and I just feel so lucky that I was 38 when I started, shooting. And that's, most people, start shooting right out of school or earlier than that. So I feel lucky that I found it when I did. And it's like a second career. And I'm super, super stoked to be doing what I love doing,
Yeah. No, and if you haven't checked out Keston's work, we'll put his Instagram there, his website, and you can see all the amazing work that he's been working on. And also, he's always open to share his journey and just listening on the conversations and the advice on what 15 years in this industry looks like, and still being creative, still developing portfolio, work of art, and still being intentional in what you create. So, and that's one thing that I love about the work that you do,
Thank you.
like just the journey, and also kind of seeing the work that you're still creating, and also pushing the boundaries and creating more. And also, like, you can tell, like, some of those projects that you're putting out there, you're like, okay, this is, it's from one project to the next. You can see, okay, this is a dancehall style. And part of our conversation, I think I mentioned it, is how do you stay fresh, right? I feel like as much as we pitch most of our projects, our goal is always to help our clients win, right? And that's also knowing what's the latest trend that can help your product move to the next level. So I always see that from you, and that's amazing.
Cool. Thank you. Yeah, that's important. It's got to stay fresh. You got to keep moving.
Fresh.
Yeah.
All right. No, thank you so much for joining us. I appreciate it.
Man, thank you for having me.
All
It's
right.
awesome. Great to reconnect with you too.
Yes. We always connected just from far.
Yeah, I mean, you're
It's only that I think I hear Oakland is far from Berkeley, so we can't rent equipment from each other. But.
You're old school, and you got me started in the career, Roy. I got to say, I'll give my credit to you for teaching. You taught me so much stuff in the beginning, so I appreciate that.
No, I appreciate it.
You're my sensei.
I didn't know that much, but thank you for sharing that.
You knew just a little bit more than me, and that's all that mattered.
So thank you so much.
All right, cool. Thank you, Roy.
All right. And we're out.
We're out. All right, cool.
I think I just saw the wiggle, but it was just that little thing that
There's so much microphone illiteracy in the world.
It is.
When people get on stage and you hand them a mic, some people know what to do with it. Other people are like, well, I just want to congratulate Dave and Christina on such a beautiful wedding. And it's like, speak up, put the microphone up in there, and like, why didn't you say?
It's like, we can't hear you.
Didn't anyone practice in their bedroom
like
being a rock star?
Put the mic close to your mouth.
I know. Did anyone practice being a rock star when they were kids in their bedroom? It's like,
you were a musician before.
I played music.
You played music.
Yeah.
I remember. I think that's around the beginning when we linked up.
I still play a little music.
You do?
Mm-hmm. But I went to Burning Man once, so now I'm a DJ.
Wait, you were just at Burning Man though?
I was this year. First time.
What?
Yeah.
This whole time I thought you're like
I'm not a burner.
A religious burner.
Hell
like,
no. No.
You live in Berkeley though.
Yeah.
Isn't that where
Berkeley.
Burning Man folks are like?
No, San Francisco. But
yeah, it's true.
Berkeley. But I went to
Right.
that Burning Man party right here.
Oh, you did?
Decompression, yeah.
It was
You didn't
right
go?
behind.
It was
no,
like,
we didn't. And
can you
I,
access that whole space in there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could have if I,
You can sneak in there?
yeah, because it's a back door.
I always love sneaking in. I don't like paying money for anything. Oh, I'm joking.
No, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Honestly, like I found out I saw them setting it up. Then on the weekend we're just all over the place. But I came back and my neighbor over here was like, yeah, I just walked in through the back door.
Oh, funny.
You know what I mean? Because there's gates, but our door opens into that street
Right.
if you're going through
Yeah.
the other side. So
It's a cool space, the whole
it's
thing.
you know, we've been lucky. Like
Yeah.
Orlando is super cool, so we're able to be able to survive over here with everything. I know we've been moving around. We're in Alameda and then here now.
Oh, yeah. I've never rented any gear from you, Roy.
That's okay. I know.
You're a
we've
little
worked
far.
together long
If you have
enough.
delivery services,
Delivery
I'd
services.
be down for that. I rarely rent. Sometimes I rent from Chater because they're so close,
You see,
but that's it.
this is like Berkeley loyalty, or what is this?
It's just like
Thought
convenience.
This should be like friendship
But now-
loyalty of I can drive a little bit farther so I can, you know.
Yeah, it's true. I just bought the Ingenue Easy One now, so I was gonna rent that from you,
Oh, you did?
but now I just bought it. So
I see.
yeah, I have the Easy One too, just like
I
you. You love those lenses.
I love those
Yeah,
lenses.
yeah, because I watch your clips, dude.
And all of them
Yeah.
about the
Yeah,
engineer
actually, it
lenses.
was funny because when I was researching the lenses, like you popped up there a bunch of times. It
I
like
did.
served me your
Okay.
videos. Yeah,
Was I informative? And you can be honest with that.
You were informative. Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
yeah. I learned a lot from the lenses. I mean, from your talk about the lenses.
Hey, got you to buy them, so I should probably reach out for some commission from engineer.
You should. But I bought them thinking I could get like the full frame optical thing, you know, that you can
You can
swap
order
it out with.
Yeah, you order.
They don't sell them separately.
They sell them separately.
Okay. Do they?
Yeah.
Because I just messaged Duclos this morning, and they're like, Ingenue doesn't sell those separately, but maybe there's black market for them. You can get them for me, right?
Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
When you ordered it,
Yeah.
it didn't come with it.
Because I bought them used on B&H. They came S35.
Oh, damn, that's a
Yeah.
smart man.
What?
Whoever sold it
kept the full frame?
kept the full frame option.
Because they normally come with the full frame?
Yeah, I always came, but I also think like it's an order kind of thing, right? Like you place the order.
Should I complain to B&H?
No, B&H is a different animal. Let me put this to sleep mode. I don't want to be interrupted when I'm talking to you and having all these good conversations.
That's right. So what's happening?
All right,
Nice sweatshirt.
you have one in here. You're gonna get one for always renting from us.
Yeah, cool. I'm a
Yeah.
loyal customer.
You're a loyal
I
customer.
deserve all the swag.
You know, the journey has been amazing. So you are, I always see you and I'm like, okay, champion, we've come from far, just seeing
Yep.
everything that we're all doing, what you're
Shoot-
doing right now.
Shooting
So-
5Ds.
Yep,
Yeah.
exactly.
I
And
didn't even
figuring
know-
out lighting.
I didn't even have a 5D. I had a 7D. You had the 5D.
Yes, I had the 5D.
And then you had the red. And then I rented the red from you.
Yes,
Yeah.
see, so you did rent from me. So
Uh-huh.
we're speaking the
I
truth.
did. That's right. And I worked with you a lot because you were way smarter than me when we first started.
I know, and now
Because
you
I
just
didn't know-
went.
I didn't know anything.
And that's where I want to start from.
Okay.
But before we do,
Okay.
I'm going to start the show.